You are listening to a KUGR sports production.
Another rushing touchdown for what might be the best rushing quarterback in all of college football right now.
Your eyes and ears for every WSU sporting event.
What a play! What a kill by Brewstad!
Listen live to games on YouTube at KUGR Sports.
Underneath it, Johnstone makes the grab and wins the game. Washington State wins it 7-5. Logan Johnstone makes the snag.
And now, here are your hosts.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
It is deja vu in the Eastern Washington University Rec Center. The Cal Berkeley Bears are taking on the University of Washington Huskies in the Pac-8 Playoffs of the 2025 and 2026 postseason. Last year, these two teams squared off, and it was UW who came out on top and upset the Cal Berkeley Bears. That team was undefeated coming into the championship game, and of course went home empty-handed, and the Huskies were able to secure their fourth championship in program history. But we're going to do it again this year and see if the story remains the same. Will the Huskies come out on top, or will the Cal Berkeley Bears finally be able to surmount the mountain and get themselves back to Pac-8 glory for the first time since 2004? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Smith Slye, joined by Zach McFarlane in the broadcast booth here in Eastern Washington. You're listening to KUGR Cougar College Radio, broadcasting all of the Pac-8 playoff games here in Cheney. And Zach, as we are getting ready for this championship matchup, we have a pair of goaltenders in net. Zach ready for Jonah Nash for the Huskies and Aiden Como for the Cal Berkeley Bears. Two phenomenal goaltenders. How excited are we for this matchup?
Well, we couldn't be more excited if we tried. This, like you said, is their Super Bowl. This is incredible. What a game. The 1 versus the 2. Absolutely zero upsets on paper for this tournament thus far. Nonetheless, when you look at the two goaltenders coming into the playoffs, Aiden Como, a .912 save percentage, a .286 goals against average, and of course 13-7. And when Cal, those are pretty much all losses outside of the conference. They've only lost one in conference. Now when you look at Jonah Nash, he has a .927 save percentage, best in the Pac-8. And then he had 1.99 goals against average. He has been incredible for the Huskies. Yesterday, maybe thought he was struggling. He technically got under a .900 save percentage by the game's end, but nonetheless, he was there when it mattered. He walled off any shots in the third period from Western and was able to be a part of that come-from-behind victory from the Huskies. Now on the other side, Cal, USC really gave them a run for their money. No one really thought that USC was going to make it that close, and they did, and they kept finding ways to score and beat Aiden Como, who has been strong. The young sophomore's really going to have to step up today. Nonetheless, the goalie matchup should be exciting, and two high-powered offenses, one team built on chemistry, the other built on pure skill. This game should be incredible and as advertised.
Absolutely. Yeah. Neither team had an easy path to the playoffs. Neither of them just kind of skated into this championship game. They had to go through a tough tough semifinal matchup. The Huskies playing against the Western Washington Vikings in the last game yesterday. They were down 3-0 going into the third period. Nolan Morena, the freshman goaltender for the Vikings, was putting on a clinic in the crease, but it kind of fell apart. The wheels fell off in that third period, and it was 5 straight goals for the Huskies in that period. Kicked off with Jake Ferguson, then Cameron Irwin, David Patterson, Taylor Sloan, and then capping it all off with the empty netter, it was Logan Maloney. The Huskies were able to show their playoff experience to be able to beat the Vikings, who have never made it that far in the playoffs before. They have always been first-round exits. They won their first playoff game on Friday, and unfortunately came up short of the championship game yesterday. It's the Huskies back in the playoffs, and the Cal Berkeley Bears, like you said, played a really tough USC team. And so the question is, after 2 phenomenal games of hockey, which you can go back and watch on KUGR if you want to see any of the action that you missed in those 2 games. 2 phenomenal games of Pac-8 playoff hockey. The question is are the Huskies and the Cal Berkeley Bears, are their legs going to be struggling in this championship game?
Well, I think with Cal, it's a little bit less than the Huskies as far as energy. You have Cal, who has just been phenomenal in both their games. However, UW they've shown struggle in at least 4 or 5 of their periods of 6. So you have Cal, who has been good offensively. Yes, they let up 5 goals to USC, but UW struggled against UCSD, only putting up 4 goals, having trouble against the goaltender, and Nolan Moreno for Western. Of course, he played incredible acrobatic after acrobatic save from him until, of course, the colossal third period collapse. And like you mentioned, it comes down to experience. Head coach Matt Cleaton and the Huskies, they've been here before. They know what it takes. Western, first time around, they were 5-17 last year, and they turned the season around all in one off season. They're going to be dangerous next year. But I do think the Huskies have the championship pedigree, but Cal is hungry. They know what happened last year right on this very ice in this very game. They know what's at stake, and I think that they're going to get it done this year.
Absolutely. If you're an NHL fan, this is definitely reminding you of the past 2 Stanley Cup matchups. It was the Panthers versus the Oilers. The Panthers took it to Game 7 against the Oilers in the first of those 2 matchups. They end up winning, and then the next year they won again, so back-to-back championships for the Panthers. So the question is, will it be the Huskies going back-to-back, or will the Cal Berkeley Bears, who would be the Oilers in this scenario, will they finally be able to break the ice, break past that barrier, get past the Huskies to be able to get back to Pac-8 glory for the first time, like we said, since 2004. It has been years since they have brought home a championship banner and the trophy. They've been to the dance, but they haven't been able to really do the tango for a long time.
No, and you're right. I mean, you have the Oilers. They could be them. The Cal Berkeley Bears could be McDavid and the Oilers, or they could be the Pittsburgh Penguins when they played the Red Wings back-to-back in 08 and 09. You lose to the Red Wings in 6 games in 08, and then you beat them in 7 games in 2009, the year after. And obviously, of course, they would like to be the Penguins here, and I think they really do have that chance. I feel like the pressure is a little bit off of them this year, not being that big undefeated dog that they are. They have a loss on their record. There's no blemish, and I think that is honestly a huge thing, just taking the pressure off your shoulders, knowing you can beat this team. You've done it this season, knowing you can do it here on the biggest stage. And again, I think Cal gets it done. That is, of course, if Aiden Como has a fantastic game, and I think he will.
Absolutely. When we talked with Devin Cox after that Cal and USC game, the head coach, Devin Cox, for the Cal Berkeley Bears, he said that he is trying to build a dominant program. He's been doing a phenomenal job thus far, getting them to back-to-back championship appearances. But to quote Moneyball, it doesn't matter unless you win the last game of the season. As ladies and gentlemen, we're about to head to the national anthem and roster announcements here in Cheney for the Pac-8 Championship game. Huskies versus the Cal Berkeley Bears, the matchup of a lifetime. Please stick around to catch the action on KUGR Cougar College Radio. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back for Puck Drop in a moment. the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed, 2 heavyweights in the Pac-8, are going to be duking it out in the championship game. We just heard the national anthem and roster announcements, and we are getting closer and closer and closer to puck drop. The energy here in the Eastern Washington Rec Center is electric. Zach, how excited are we for this championship bout?
We are absolutely thrilled. Maybe it's possible to have this be the best championship game of the day. No, the Super Bowl is in the afternoon, but again, I think the odds in this game are a lot more even than they're putting out for the Super Bowl, and Cal just wants to get it done. The storyline is there. They want to enact their revenge. The Huskies trying to build a dynasty, the 3rd in 4 years. Can they get it done, or will Cal etch their names into the trophy for just a 2nd time in their history?
Benjamin Lampman faces off with Lucas Fung at center ice at the Eastern logo. They drop the puck, and the championship game is underway. Let's get it on. Tracking it down for icing is Ellis O'Dowd, and right off the bat, the Huskies ice this puck. They'll complain to the refs saying that they gained the red line, but like I said many times, the Zebras just won't listen to them at times.
Apparently was not enough. Refs saw it differently. Matt Cleaton doesn't seem to be arguing as much, but the players more so, and the officials already seem to be had enough of it.
Face-off is going to be off to the left of Jonah Nash. Again, it's Lampman and Fung going chin to chin, and the Huskies win it, chipping off the boards and into the neutral zone. They cleared away, and here they come, trying to move in, but it's turned away by Burbank. He banks it off the wall. Williams gets shoved into the boards, and Burbanks is going to try and move it through the neutral zone. Wolf picks it off and hands it off for Darren Morris, team captain from Colbert, Washington. Here's Williams with the puck. He'll just fire it just on net of Como. He has to use the pad and paddle to steer it away. And now behind the net, it's O'Dowd trying to move it through. He's sealed off by Logan Maloney at the blue line. He fires it on net from well out, and it's a pad save for Como. Getting tangled up is Juniome along with Ellis O'Dowd. Pardon me, that was Burbank. And now it's cleared down ice by Fung all the way into the Husky zone for a very obvious icing. So both teams taking turns icing this puck. 19 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first frame, 0-0.
Yeah, that's an interesting icing. He had time to break that puck out, but he just sent it down the other way. 48 seconds in here to the 3rd period. The Huskies just kind of seem to be feeling out Aiden Como here a little bit. Just a couple quick shots. Not much really as far as scoring chances go, but they've gotten their shots on net, and they're going to try and win this faceoff here.
Maloney and Fung were at the draw, and it's won by the Huskies. They'll spit it out to the blue line. Duncan Needham will just fire it in further, almost hit the head of an official. Now with the puck, the Cal Berkeley Bears try and break it out. Sealed off by Derek Yang at the blue line. Good head on his shoulders to keep that puck in. But now it's Burbank with it, tries to clear it out. Yang keeps it again, fires it in further. But the Cal Berkeley Bears bumper it away, and they turn aside the Huskies, and they're forced to touch up. They bring it on just on sides, firing a pass to Maloney. Too much mustard on it, he couldn't handle it, and the Berkeley Bears are able to get it to the foyer. Tracking it down is Juniome. He backhands it, lost in the skates, and here it comes. Logan Maloney with an opportunity, fires a wrister, defensive stick turned it away, and tracking it down is Konopka. Back onto the stick of Maloney. He tries to pass it to Konopka, but it's turned aside, picked up by Goebel for the Bears. He'll get it onto the stick of number 9, that's Mizuno. He'll just chip it into the zone. He gained the red line, so no icing, and Konopka has to track it down. Needham banks off the boards, but it's kept in by Jason Lee. He tiptoes the line, turns over to Needham. He tries to get it past to Sloan. It goes wide, but it's into the neutral zone. They'll fire it in off sides, and the Berkeley Bears will have to touch up. Needham tries to play through the neutral zone, hit off bodies, well high into the area. It's gloved down by DSB. DSB short for Dom Sedlock Browd on the Cal Berkeley Bears. He was the goal leader, assist leader, and points leader in the regular season. Jason Lee fires it in further. Konopka will track it down in his own corner and fire it around. But it's kept in by number 88. That's Dahlem. Passing around for 81, Patrick Liu, and Mizuno as well to help him out. Mizuno out to Dahlem. Back to Mizuno on the wing. He couldn't field it through his skates. He'll move to the blue line, fire it out for Jason Lee. Just barely keeps it on sides, and Liu has it in the near wing. He shoved off it by Duncan Needham, forcing a turnover, and here comes Ferguson. He chips it off the glass and into the neutral zone. Down ice, Huskies get a change, and the Cal Berkeley Bears will get a change, but this puck is iced. So I'll see if the Cal Berkeley Bears were kind of complaining there that the Huskies were trying to get off for a change.
Yeah, and the only change that's going to stand is going to be for Cal. UW's going to have to come back on the ice. Nonetheless, both teams kind of playing a little bit overcomplicated right now. I think they just need to get back to a little more of a simplistic approach here. California's passing it around the perimeter quite a bit. They're going to need to actually get shots on net on Jonah Nash. The Huskies are doing that, but Cal needs to start taking the page as well.
The Huskies attempt to clear it out of their zone, but they're hemmed in by the Cal Berkeley Bears, who fired in further. Behind the net, it's Duncan Needham for the boys in white and purple and gold. Huskies wearing their white jerseys, Cal Berkeley wearing their navy and gold jerseys. Bouncing around, Colton Fazio has it at the logo. He'll chip it in further into the zone. 17 minutes left in period number 1. Needham fires it around the boards, trying to connect with Cameron Britt, but he'll end up just picking it back up himself. Chips it into the neutral zone. Off the boards, it's cleaned up by Mantuani for the Cal Berkeley Bears. He plays it through the neutral zone onto the stick of Tyson Storr, the team captain. They collide with an official who kind of refused to get out of the way. You see that a lot in the Pac-8 and the ACHA. Refs are not the most athletic. They don't always get out of the way. They feed it out to the blue line for number 21. Shot just wide of the net. Jonah Nash loses sight of it. Loose puck. They'll hack at it. They'll shoot. And it goes wide. The Cal Berkeley Bears come up empty on a couple scoring chances in front. With the puck in the near wing. Shot on goal by Liam Collins. Goes wide. And now it's picked up by Mizuno. Shot right into the chest of Jonah Nash. He'll hold on and force a face-off. 16 minutes, 12 seconds left in period number 1. We are still deadlocked 0-0. Goose eggs on both sides.
And what's interesting about that is it seemed like they just had a good amount of offensive chances. Only one shot on goal out of all of that. Block shots in front. Jonah Nash lost in an active bounce off the back wall. But again, you only get realistically one actual shot out of that. Cal needs to do better at actually producing offensive chances.
UW wins the draw and will chase him out to the foyer. But shoveled back in by Brendan Baker for the Cal Berkeley Bears. Back to plate, it's Williams, turns it over to Reina, the man from the Czech Republic, and he turns it over in the slot to Williams. Now here comes Dominic Wolf, chipped off the stick of Lampman into the zone, no icings. Behind the net of Como, tracking it down is O'Dowd. He's harassed by Benjamin Lampman, who's trying to forecheck. And now here come the Cal Berkeley Bears. They get it with a little bit of speed. It's Reina along with Mizuno. He'll put on a move out in front, puts a shot. Pad save by Jonah Nash. What a save to deny Mizuno, the sophomore from San Jose. This puck is iced, and we'll bring it back into the Huskies quadrant with 15 and a half left in period number 1.
Yeah, and that's truly the first real scoring chance of the game. Both teams now 2 shots on net. Jonah Nash, though, proven he is ready for this championship game, easily patting that aside. Unfortunately, the Huskies iced the puck there, though.
Huskies win the draw, try moving out, but it's sealed off at the blue line. Here come the Cal Berkeley Bears. Jason Lee somehow survives it. A shot on goal, save made by Jonah Nash. Dominic Wolf backhands it onto the stick of Lampman. He'll shovel across for Cameron Irwin. Broken up by Dahlem, who kind of went knee-to-knee a little bit with Cameron Irwin. And here's Lucas Fung. Try to drop pass for Burbank. He didn't have his head up, and Dahlem has to clean it up. Playing into the zone, just barely on sides, and it's swept aside by the Huskies defense. And here they come. Derek Yang was denied by Dahlem, and here come the Cal Berkeley Bears back in transition. Chabaklo, he was on the hat trick watch yesterday against USC. He'll shovel it into the zone. Just on left, Jonah Nash, he'll calm it down and leave it for Williams. Backing it off the boards to Derek Yang. Huskies going to try and break it out, but it's sealed off by number 23. That was Lucas Fung. Chabaklo, now it's Konopka with the puck. He'll skate with a little bit of speed for the Huskies. Here they come, trying to catch the Bears sleeping. Konopka pushes it into the zone. Behind the net of Como, he'll track down his own pass. He's shoved into the boards. It's 2 Huskies and 2 Bears fighting for it, and Lucas Fung will win the battle. Gets it on to Mantuan Toaoni for the Cal Berkeley Bears. He's got it. Off the boards now onto the stick of number 91. Army 81, and it's brought back in by Junio. He's got it, tries to put on a shot, but the stick of Trent Triuya was able to break off the lane, and here comes Mizuno for the Cal Berkeley Bears. Who's he got with him? He's got DSB, plays off the boards to him. Pass over for Patrick Liu, too wide of his stick, couldn't get it on the blade. But it's cleaned up by DSB in the near wing. He's got 3 Huskies there trying to take it away. Pass out from Mizuno in front. A shot. Great save from Musgrave to put his body on the line and deny that shooting lane. And here come the Huskies. Logan Maloney just fires into the zone. Huskies get a change. Cal gets a change.
Kick, save, and a beauty from Musgrave right at the source of the shot. Beautiful shot block there.
Here comes Patrick Liu, the man from China. He had a goal yesterday. DSB out in front. Shot right into the body of Jonah Nash. He swallows it and denies the freshman from Maryland.
This game's going exactly how we thought. Just an absolute chess match here. Both teams very, very even, and it's going to be about who makes the first mistake, at least to get on the board first. But nonetheless, 3-2 in the shot column. Really kind of a low shot game, at least for both these teams. A lot of time in the neutral zone, a lot of time in each other's offensive zones, but really not a lot of actual offense here so far.
Ferguson won the draw for the Huskies, but the Cal Berkeley Bears are able to seal it off at the near side of the blue line. They have it pinned down on the near wing, but Ferguson comes up with it and gets it onto the stick of Sloan. He had a goal yesterday in that third period. Fires his puck right off the body of the official. That works out brilliantly for the Cal Berkeley Bears. And here comes Colton Fazio, the power play goal leader for the Bears. He takes a man with him. That was Drew Heiser, kind of shoved him down to the ice, but it's cleared away, swept aside by the Huskies. The Cal Berkeley Bears will have to touch up. Spinning around, it's Liam Collins for the Bears. He'll just fire it into the zone. Nash has to paddle it, trying to connect with David Patterson, the freshman defenseman from Anaheim. Played youth hockey with our broadcast partner, Caitlin Cherney. And it's Colton Fazio who will backhand it out for Dahlem. From the blue line, takes the shot, puts the shot on, he scores! Dahlem, a fake shot, fires it from well out and beats Jonah Nash. The Cal Berkeley Bears break the ice in the championship bout.
That is a beautiful shot. Fake out there by Sean Dahlem. Absolutely incredible. He's able to move the man in front of him around a bit, then shifts to his right and throws it on goal. Traffic in front. Jonah Nash had no idea where that puck was, and a good way to get on the board early for Cal.
When teams take away shooting lanes, sometimes you got to make your own luck, make your own shooting lanes, and that's what Dahlem did right there with that toe drag to shake off the Husky defense. In the neutral zone, Lampman tries to come up with it, and he will. Gets it to Williams, who will quickly pass it across to Darren Morris. And now Wolf tries to move it through, but he's taken off it by Reyna. Again, we mentioned the man from Czech Republic. As Williams will bank it off the boards for Irwin. He lost his handle of it, brought it in offsides by the Cal Berkeley Bears, and here come the Huskies. Dominic Wolf down ice. They'll beat out the icing. Como comes out of the crease to play it. He's harassed by Dominic Wolf. Como's tangled up here. Can he get back to the crease? Yes, he will, as Mizuno backhand chips it off the boards. Williams seals it off the blue line. Tried to pass it deeper, but it hit off the stick and skate of Reyna. Irwin pirouettes in the corner. Williams from well out, a clapper that was nowhere near the nets. And now cleaning up is Troy Yuya for the Bears. He has it pinned down against the boards along with Lampman. Out to the blue line. Darren Morris keeps it in. And now out in front, Benjamin Lampman tries the backhand stuff, doesn't work. Dominic Wolf trying to connect with Cameron Irwin, can't get it. And now from well out, Morris, a shot that just ticked off the glove of Como. And will the Cal Berkeley Bears come up with it? Yes, they will. Here comes Reyna. He'll skate through to the neutral zone, trying to fend off Cameron Irwin. And Cameron Irwin, what a defensive play to force that turnover. Here they come again. Logan Maloney, will he put on a shot? Yes, he will. Goes wide, over the head of Como, but cleaning up is Juniome. He's got two Bears trying to take it away, but coming to his aid is Derek Yang. He's got at the goal line on the far side, throws some snow, pirouettes, banks it off the boards out now to Kanapka. From well out, a shot that goes wide. Must have ticked off a defensive body. Williams has it in the corner. He gets shoved by Mantuani. And now Juniome will throw some snow in the far corner on his backhand, tries to wrap around it to the slot. No one was quite there. They'll hack at this puck. Poke checked away by Como. Well, the wraparound opportunity out in front. No one was there, and Kanapka has to clean up from well out. That shot goes wide again. The Huskies just can't seem to get anything past Como. They'll spit it out to Williams at the blue line. Shot through bodies, tipped on net. Loose. Can they connect on it? It's off the pass, and they score! Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And finally, Juniome catches Como sleeping.
Juniome, it was only a matter of time. UW was firing on all cylinders, outskating the Bears to the puck, outworking them on the board battles. It was only a matter of time. Aiden Como was doing circles in the crease, trying to just make sure that puck didn't go in, but finally on the doorstep, cleaning up the loose trash. Juniome has evened up the game for the Dogs.
And if you watch that play, you would have thought that the Huskies were on the power play, but it was even strength. It was 5-on-5 hockey, and the Cal Berkeley Bears just kind of got caught sleeping, hemmed in their own half. As Lucas Fung plays off the boards for DSB, he chips it off for Burbank. He's in the neutral zone, trying to fend off 4 Huskies. It's 4v1, but Burbank wins the battle and breaks it in. Now at the goal line, behind the cage of Jonah Nash, circles the track. He's shoved off it by Peter Kanapka, a textbook check to strip him of the puck. But now to clean it up, it's Dahlem, who has a goal for the Cal Berkeley Bears. Backhands it in deeper for Burbank behind the cage. He tries to fend off Kanapka, tries to pass, but Taylor Sloan took off the lane. And now it will be Sloan with the puck. On the far boards, he backhands it through the neutral zone, down ice to the Cal Berkeley end. They're forced to touch up and refresh the page.
Cal looking to get back on the board here. Their lead was not for long, just less than 2 minutes. They had a 1-0 lead, and the Dogs right back in it. Look out here.
A turnover in the UW zone, and coming up with it is a shot out in front from Colton Fazio. Just goes wide, ticked off the pads of Jonah Nash. Dominic Wolf tries to clear it out, but he can't. DSB takes it away. Duncan Needham fires it off the skates of DSB. He picks it up. Now out in front, trying to connect with Tyson Storr, team captain. He can't get it. It's cleared down ice, and Benjamin Lampman will beat out the icing. Lampman throws some snow in the corner, trying to shake off Treyuya. Benjamin Lampman really fighting for his life, but coming to his aid is Cameron Irwin. Banks it off the boards from Musgrave at the point. Shot through by Sips. On net, they score! Musgrave from well out, tipped in by Benjamin Lampman. What a goal to take the lead.
And now the Huskies taking control. Ben Lampman coming into this game, the point leader of this Husky team, was 60 points coming into the playoffs. He has been incredible, and in his final regulation game, he has been great, and he looks to win yet another to complete 3 of 4 in his tenure at UW.
Like you said a little bit earlier, Zach, the lead for the Cal Berkeley Bears just evaporated before their eyes. They lost it as soon as they got it. It's now 2-1 Huskies about midway through this first period. 9.5 left in the frame as Williams will fire a shot from the blue line off the pads and paddle of Como. But Junio, one of the goal scorers, will just push it in further. But now it's Shabaklo for the Cal Berkeley Bears. Had 2 goals last night. Fires it, tips it off the glove of Derek Yang, and now here come the Cal Berkeley Bears trying to put on a move. It's Patrick Liu, the man from China. He scored yesterday, but he has it taken away by Juniom, who gets it onto the stick of Williams. They'll play it off the boards, trying to get it out for Maloney. He does, ships it off the boards into the neutral zone. Yang back to Maloney. That's the logo over to Yeom on the far side. They get it in cleanly, just barely. Shakes off of the Cal Bear. Yeom has it pinned down behind the cage. Two Bears, 2 Huskies. Maloney wins the battle, backhands it out for Taylor Sloan, kicks it out to the blue line for Darren Morris. Team captain shot through bodies, looking for the tip again, and they can't get that one past Como. Just went wide. This puck trickles on net, off the pads, and into the glove of Como, who calms it down, melts it down, forces a face-off. 8.5 left in the first period. 2-1. The Huskies just barely leading.
One thing we saw from Cal yesterday, when they went down a goal, they went down a couple of times, but they were able to respond very, very quickly. Now, of course, that was against USC. UW's a bit of a better opponent, but I just wonder if Cal has that same mentality. We can go get it back.
Off the draw, the Cal Berkeley Bears win it. It's Dahlem who will track it down behind the cage of his own goaltender, Como. Plays it through the neutral zone, backhanded in offsides. The Huskies will have to touch up. Jason Lee plays it for the Bears in his own end. Trying to connect with Reyna, went wide of his stick, and it's fired back in by Williams. Just barely snared by Como, but he just kind of rattled out of his glove and left it for his players. Taking it away is Sloan. Pass down front to the slots, bounced around off bodies, kind of ping-ponged around, and it's cleared down ice by number 12. That's Brendan Baker for the Cal Berkeley Bears for icing. So we'll have a face-off in the Cal quadrant. 8 minutes left in the first period. Again, the Huskies leading 2-1.
Well, to kind of negate what I just said just a second ago, Cal looks to be on their heels right now. They can't connect passes. They can't break it out of their own zone. They look a little bit rattled. UW absolutely with all the momentum right now. Wouldn't be surprised if they get a good scoring opportunity here to maybe make it 3-1.
Lampman, the goal scorer for the Huskies. One of the goal scorers will go eye-to-eye with Colton Fazio. Scratch that. No, Colton Fazio will stay at the face-off circle. Looked like they were going to possibly kick him out, but they end up just having to false start and resets. Jason Lee with the puck immediately off the face-off. Tried to leave it for Reyna, but it's taken away by Dominic Wolf. Coming to his aid, Cameron Irwin. He'll backhand it, taken away, and swept down ice. No, it's sealed off at the blue line by Duncan Needham. A shot from well out, trickling puck, just ticks off the pads of Como, and cleaning up is Irwin. Spits it out for Duncan Needham at the far side of the blue line. And that puck just barely tips on net into the chest of Como. He holds on, squeezes it tight, and melts it down for a face-off in his own end.
One thing I want to mention, too, we are about roughly almost 13 minutes into this game. The penalty sheet completely clean. No one has gotten on the penalty minute mark. And I just wonder who the first one will be and if that will be a story of the game.
It is the complete antithesis of that UW Vikings game last night, where there were just penalties galore on either side. Musgrave fires it across for Benjamin Lampman at the point. Pardon me, that's David Patterson, the defenseman. He had a C9 shot from the blue line yesterday to help the Huskies get to their come-from-behind win over the Vikings. And the neutral zone is fired in by Burbank. Bounces off the back wall, and Patterson will clean it up. The defenseman, like we mentioned, out of Anaheim, California, as he almost has it turned over, and it finally is. With the puck now, it's Burbank. What are his options? Shovels it across to the slots, trying to connect with number 22, and he just can't get it on his blade. With the puck, it is Benjamin Lampman now for Irwin. Shakes off the defense. Lost in his skates, and it's turned over to the Cal Berkeley Bears, but Derek Yang pushes it in off sides. Number 21, Trent Trayuya, just grabbed and threw the stick out of the hands of Cameron Irwin. That was blatant. So he'll head to the penalty box. And the announcer jinx is very, very much real, Zach. We just mentioned that this was a clean game thus far, and the first power play of the day goes to the Huskies.
Yeah, he gets teed up right there. I mean, he got his stick broken here near center ice, and out of frustration, took the stick of his opposing player and tossed it, and the official saw that. Easy call for him. Huskies will get the first power play of the day.
Yeah, I wonder if Trayuya was just hoping they wouldn't see that, if he could just steal a twig from Irwin to be able to get back in the play. But definitely a boneheaded move there from Trent Trayuya, the sophomore out of Redlands, California. Leads the team for penalty minutes, so he's a usual suspect behind the glass. He has spent quite a bit of time behind in the sin bin, 71 minutes. So he's basically spent over an entire game from behind the glass. As off the face-off, it's Junion behind the cage at the goal line. He'll hand it off for Lampman, who pushes into the wing, but he'll kick it back out to Dominic Wolf at the top of the blue line. Shot on goal, tipped off skates and into the corner. Jason Lee backhands it onto the stick of Mizuno. Now he gets it for Reyna. Here they come, looking for the shorty. Shot hits off the leg of Dominic Wolf. He wore that one. That's got a sting. And pirouetting behind the cage, it's Cameron Irwin. He'll slow things down. A minute and a half left in the power play. Dominic Wolf in his own end. What are his options? Trying to move it through the neutral zone, and he will. Pass the red line, blue line, far side. Dominic Wolf. He's harassed by Dahlem and Mizuno, but he'll hand it off for Lampman. What are his options? Back to Wolf. They play catch a little bit. Pushing in is Dominic Wolf. A shot right into the glove of Como. How did he save that? How did he see it? And Maloney kind of got tied up there with Como out in front. Causes a bit of a skirmish. And tempers haven't really quite flared yet in this game. But after that Trayuya penalty to Irwin and that skirmish right there, I wonder if things might get a little out of hand here in the first period.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, other than that boneheaded play like you mentioned, both teams I think are just going to try to be smart here. They don't want to take stupid penalties to give the opposing team an opportunity. But the Huskies, like you mentioned yesterday, blurring the lines a bit as far as where they can be near the crease. And they are definitely trying to get in the head of Aiden Como like they normally do with goaltenders.
Here comes Liam Collins, fires a shot that ticks off the knee of Darren Morris, the team captain, and it goes up into the wrong netting. A fan grabs that puck out of the netting. They have a souvenir they can take home with them as there's 6 minutes left in the first period. 2-1, Huskies leading.
Unfortunately, it is very unlikely for us to also get a Pac-8 Championship puck up here. The netting is protecting us, so unlikely for us to go home with a souvenir.
I kind of prefer that because I like to have them in here and not have a puck come up and hit the laptop or the soundboard or the headsets. It's a lot of equipment. So I appreciate if it's just the fans going home with the souvenirs today. So here comes the team captain. He's got the C on his sweater. It's Morris for the Huskies. Past the Eagles logo, he breaks it in, but it's sweep checked away by Goebel. Picking it right back up as Morris. A stuffed chance doesn't work, and it's cleared down ice by the Cal Berkeley Bears. Liam Collins trying to back check. He's going to turn on the Jets. Will he get to it? Yes, he will, but he's shoved off it by Williams and Cameron Britt to clean it up. Williams with the puck. He's got an all-white stick. Personally, I like all-white sticks in hockey. Some hockey players don't like them. Our broadcast partner, Kate Cherney, is very vehemently opposed to all-white sticks. As Williams has the puck. He'll backhand it now to Morris. Near wing, back out to Williams at the blue line. He just barely keeps it on sides, and will have to shovel it for Derek Yang on the far side, just off the Cal Berkeley bench. Now deeper for Ferguson at the goal line. Left it for Derek Yang. Out to the wing for Morris. Will he fire a shot? Yes, he will. Pad save. The rebound. A clapper just goes over the net of Como, who was well out of the crease, but he gets lucky on that whiffed shot from Cameron Bray. And here they come. A shot right off the blocker and shoulder of Jonah Nash. He survives it, and his team captain will come to clean it up.
An absolutely yawning cage over here. Aiden Como caught way out of his crease, and Britt just threw the puck on net, but it went nowhere near it, well high.
Here come the Bears. Liu trying to connect with Fazio, and it's broken up by a flurry of Husky bodies, and here they come, trying to catch him in transition. A 2-on-2 break. Lampman fires a wrister. Pad save by Como. He contains it and puts over the top of it to melt it down. What a shot by Lampman, but what a save by Como.
And the Huskies really, after the first 5 minutes, have really started to escape with this game a bit. You look at the shots, 15-4 in favor of UW. Cal has really not gotten any offense on the board since those first couple chances in the first few minutes.
Fazio wins the draw, and Goebel will play it off the boards for Liu. The Bears trying to break it out of their end, and they roll to the neutral zone. Left by Fazio for number 18, that's Storr. Back onto the stick of Storr, but went wide. His stick was tangled up with a Husky defender. No penalty there. And here come the Huskies back into the zone. It's Lampman, the goal scorer, with Irwin. Shakes off the defense. Moves out to the middle, but he'll hand it off to Konopka in the near wing. He'll shoot, through bodies, tipped on, it's loose, diving on top of it is Como. He makes the save and dives on top of it to melt it down. Como just playing his heart out right now with 4 minutes left in the first period.
Absolutely keeping his team in the game. Like I just mentioned, Cal has a fourth of the shots that the Huskies do. The young sophomore trying to win a championship for his team, and it's going to have to be on his back today for sure.
To the face-off circle, it's Logan Maloney for the Huskies. He's a senior out of Illinois. He's a long way from home. He had 22 goals and 19 assists coming into the postseason. And for the Bears, it's Kodai Mizuno, the sophomore from San Jose. 11 goals and 16 assists in the regular season. And the Cal Berkeley Bears win the face-off. Taking this puck, it's Chabaklo. Banks it off the boards, down ice. Beating out the icing is DSB. Joe Nash comes out of the crease to play it and tries to shake off DSB, but they'll have it pinned now against the boards. 2 Huskies and 2 Bears. Life will resume eventually, and it's Logan Maloney who takes it out. Behind the cage of his goaltender, Nash. Fires it onto the stick of Peter Konopka. Now for Guillaume, who just chips it off his blade and into the zone. Back to plate is Mantuani for the Bears. He goes shoulder to shoulder with Juniome, who's one of the goal scorers for the Huskies today. And coming to clean up is Logan Maloney, who gets shoved into the boards by Mizuno, alternate captain for the Bears. Chabaklo has it tied up here. And it's Konopka at the blue line. Tried to fire a shot, but it ticked off some bodies, and Logan Maloney just fires it in off sides. Cal Berkeley Bears to the neutral zone. Chabaklo now onto the blade of Mizuno. He gloves it down. He backhands it just on net. Paddle of Jonah Nash, and he puts the glove over the top of it to force the face-off with just about 3 minutes left in the first frame. 2-1, the Huskies barely leading.
Of course, it's far into the future, but if Cal is able to come out with this win today, it's not only going to be off the back of their goaltender in Aiden Como, it is going to be off the back of Chabaklo. I wholeheartedly believe that. Yesterday, he showed just the drive he has. Quite literally drove to the net a few times, getting on the board twice. He has been a huge X factor for this team, and he, I think, will be the difference today as well.
Jason Lee was able to keep that puck in the zone, caught the Huskies sleeping, but his pass across to Fazio was well wide, and now the Huskies are going to have an opportunity to reset. They draw it back into their own end. Heiser and Musgrave play catch, and he hands it right back to Heiser. He tips off his body and his stick down ice, no icing, and playing it is Dahlem. Trying to get it onto the stick of Colton Fazio, but it's kept in by Taylor Sloan. Shot from the blue line off the body of Como, rattles around. The rebound is swept aside, but the Huskies are going to try and keep it alive. Behind the cage is Ferguson tracking it down. He'll bank it off the boards for Musgrave at the blue line, who had to pinch in. And now with it, it is number 23, Lucas Fung, able to move it through to the Husky zone. Cal gets the change, and the Huskies get a change. Back to plate in his own end. It's Goebel. He's got Dahlem with him, gets it onto his stick. Now to DSP, who is unable to get a pass off, and Benjamin Lampman just fires it in further, but Dahlem's there to clean it up for the Bears. Shoveled across for Goebel. He's got it. Tries to pass it through the neutral zone, but it hit off the skates of a Husky, and Musgrave has it now in his own end. Across, 14 captain Darren Morris off the boards for Cameron Irwin. Here he comes. He's got Dominic Wolf with him, with Lampman behind. He drops it for him. Lampman runs into Goebel, but nonetheless, Cameron Irwin still comes up with the puck. Bounces onto the stick of Mizuno, and now moving to the neutral zone, it's Patrick Liu, the man from China. They're kind of stood up in the foyer, but it's fired into the zone. Cal gets off for a mini change.
Good defensive play by Goebel there, back in the defensive zone for Cal.
Dominic Wolf banks it into the zone. Back to plate, it's number 21, Troyuya, fresh out of the penalty box. And a centering pass for Dominic Wolf, a shot, defensive stick, sends it high, and Como gets lucky right there.
Lucky is right. Dominic Wolf, he had 58 points coming in. He's one of the dynamic duo partners, and he's not going to miss that very often. That is a rare roof job by him to put it up into the mesh. Como lucky that he gets away with one there.
Dominic Wolf and Benjamin Lampman, they're wearing number 91 and 92, looking like Thing 1 and Thing 2 on the Huskies roster. They have been just great so far this year. Dominic Wolf, 22 goals and 36 assists in the regular season. Benjamin Lampman, 29 goals, 31 assists in the regular season. He ended with 60 points and led the team as well for power play goals with 8. As Derek Gang has it and backhands it across for Maloney. On the far corner, he'll option it out for Williams at the blue line. Shot through bodies and into the body of Como. He sees it, he saves it, and will force another face-off in his own end off to either side of him.
You're right, Thing 1 and Thing 2, except Thing 2 is leaving after this year, the last of the dynamic duo, at least to our knowledge. He is a senior. Dominic Wolf still with one more year. You got to wonder if maybe they put the C on his jersey next year.
The Huskies will spit it out to the blue line, and they'll fire a shot off the stick of Morris that just goes wide. Treuya backhands it now for Storr. He has it pinned down, 2 Huskies, 2 Bears. Life will resume eventually, and it finally does. It's Derek Yang with the puck on the near side. Hands it off for Williams, near side of the blue line. Fired on net, rattles out of the glove. The rebound trying to connect with it, and Como pins it down with the pad and the skate against the side of the nets. Ref loses sight of it, and we'll have our third face-off in the Cal Berkeley end. Just less than a minute left to play. 46 seconds left in the frame, and the Huskies leading by 1.
Yeah, Maloney was trying to catch Como off guard, trying to sneak it just in behind the pads, maybe at the near post. Unable to do that. Como with a good answer. And 18-5 in shots. Cal is getting dogged right now, quite literally, if you will. And I think in the second period, they will lock in. I think Cal has that mentality. They have the coaching. They will reset here, and they need it bad.
Jason Lee and Ferguson head to the dots, and it's won by the Huskies. Morris was unable to win the battle, and they'll hack and whack at it in their own end. And here come the Cal Berkeley Bears with an opportunity. Mizuno tries to center it, and it's swept aside by the Husky defense. They get possession of it and fire it into the neutral zone. Cal Berkeley Bears right back in. 30 seconds left in the frame. Reyna trying to fend off 2 Huskies, bouncing onto the stick of Mizuno. Reyna loses that bouncing puck, and it's turned over to the captain, Morris. Fires it now onto the stick of number 44, Taylor Sloan, batted down by Jake Ferguson. Bounces onto his stick, and here comes Ferguson with Andres. He'll try and put on a move, but it's poke checked away by Dahlem. Careens off the boards into the neutral zone. 10 seconds left. Can the Huskies get a last-minute tally? They'll just fire it into the zone, go off for a change. 5 seconds left in the frame. Jason Lee trying to fend off Jake Ferguson, but that will do it. The last 2 seconds of frame number 1. Tick off the clock, and the Huskies will head to the locker room up by 1 after goals from Juniome and Benjamin Lampman to evaporate the Cal Berkeley 1-goal lead and to be up by 1 in this Pac-8 Championship bout.
Yeah, Sean Dahlem got on the board early on for Cal. Good move at the point. That was back when Cal was still producing a bit of offense, still having time in the offensive zone. The time in the offensive zone in the second half of the period was absolutely abysmal. The Huskies' blue line prevention, they are stopping Cal right where they stand, right at the blue line upon entry. They cannot get anything going, taking pucks away in the neutral zone and then just dominating offensive zone. Cal definitely needs a reset, and I think they get one. But head coach Matt Cleaton has to be pretty pleased with his team. Only up 1, but they are dominating.
You can only take so much away from a first period of any hockey game, but looking at the shot column, like you mentioned, Zach, it's 18 shots on goal for the Huskies and only 5 for the Cal Berkeley Bears. That paints a very, very vivid picture of how this game is going so far. Like you said, the Cal Berkeley Bears got out to that early lead from that goal from Dahlem, but then had it taken away right just immediately by the Huskies. That's something that they are really, really good at. That's what happened in that game against the Vikings. They were down 3-0 going into the third period, and you blinked and they won it. That is what the Huskies do. That is what head coach Matt Cleaton is able to do. He's got playoff experience. He's able to lead his team to wins again and again and again. They may not have been the number 1 seed, but they still find ways to win hockey games no matter the scenario.
Yeah, and these two teams, again, like you mentioned, they're very even. Yes, the 1 and the 2, but I would argue there's really no better team per se on paper. Both these teams have a high-powered offense. They're very good defensively. 2 really talented goaltenders. You have just an absolute chess match here between these two, and I think it's going to be fun the rest of the 40 minutes, but Cal has to find a way to get the puck in the offensive zone and actually move it around a bit, get shots, test Jonah Nash. Of course, you know he can be scored on. You did it earlier. You just have to find your groove. And the Huskies right now, you mentioned yesterday, confidence. They have all the confidence in the world right now. The Cal Berkeley Bears need to take that away and just get a little goal just so you can get that little crack in their confidence and make it crumble.
1 period down, and it is a 1-goal hockey game here in the 2025-2026 Pac-8 Championship match. You're watching the Pac-8 Championship on KUGR Cougar College Radio. If you like what you're saying, please subscribe to the channel. Help us reach our goal of 500 subscribers to be able to catch the rest of this championship game. I'm Smith Slye, joined by Zach McFarlane in the broadcast booth. We'll be back for period number 2. Don't you dare go away.
This is a KUGR sports production,
Good pass down low to Airstrip, and he scores off the glass.
giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He stopped at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, back to the game.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
We are 40 minutes away from crowning a champion, and barring any more goals from Cal, we're 40 minutes away from UW going back to back and completing that dynasty of 3 championships in the last 4 years. What an incredible first period that was. I'm Connor Simmons, joined the booth with Kate Cherney. What an exciting game we have in store for you guys here in this second period, about to get locked in. Kate, what did we see from that first period for both teams?
Well, first of all, Cal's goalie looking a little like Stuart Skinner out there
Yeah.
for the Oilers, a little out of place, and that might have costed them, maybe 1 or even 2 goals. But overall, Cal seems to be the faster team, but, the Huskies, they are maintaining puck possession a whole lot better. Connor, I mentioned goalies. What kind of factor do you think that plays in this game? What do you think the teams can improve on in this period for both of them?
Well, I truly think Jonah Nash made some incredible saves right there. Cal's obviously going to be fast. They're one of the most skilled teams in the whole division, if not the most skilled team. But going to the other end, and we talked about Incomo, just seemed, I don't know if it's nerves, it's championship, whatever it is, he just isn't playing like himself. Seemed to have, he was out of position on a lot of goals. There was a couple goals UW even missed. This game could potentially be 4-1 right now. But then if you look at the shots on goal, it's 18-5. So even though Aiden Como has been out of position, isn't maybe playing like how he usually plays, he needs some help from the defensive. And Cal, I know they make some adjustments. These are one of the very few teams, both teams make actual plays happen, and Cal is one of those guys. So coming into this second period, it should be an exciting one. You got Lampman who got on the board with a big tipper. Again, Aiden Como, you can't do a whole lot of stop. That's one of the hardest things to do as a goalie is defend a tip goal. So, Kate, I'm excited to see what it's going to be. Do you think either of these teams slow down, or you keep this pace is going to keep on going on?
I mean, I hope they don't slow down, because in a game like this, a very important playoff game, if they want this, they're going to have to maintain their speed, even kick it up a notch. So I really hope that no team kind of lays back.
No doubt about it. The Golden Bears are able to win the faceoff, and taking it around is Chubaklo. He's looking for a man. He gets a little wrist shot, takes a man to the ground, a little reverse hit action right there by Chubaklo. UW's able to recover it almost immediately. Sends it down to Wolf, who saucers it high and wide to his man, Lampman, who has a goal in tonight's game already. 19 minutes and 30 seconds left. The start of the second period is underway. 2-1 hockey game. We may have a 2-1 break for Cal, depending how fast it is. And a diving play. What a magnificent defensive moment for Darren Morris right there. You only see that in video games right there as Wolf looks to clear. And Kate, man, what a save and what a break for the Huskies. Irwin just gets it a little bit too late, and offsides is going to be called. 19 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second period. UW out in front 2-1 in the Pac-8 Championship.
Connor, something that I noticed in the first period, as well as a little bit already in this period, is Cal's defense has a tendency to kind of overcommit on their plays. They go for the poke check, but they're putting their whole body into that, which kind of catches them with dead legs.
Duncan Needham trying to find a man. A pass almost hits Jonah Nash right then and there. Could have been a dangerous potential own goal for the Huskies, but they're able to get out of it. Cleared back into the zone by number 81, Patrick Liu. Huskies looking to regroup. Sends it all the way down around the boards of Como. He slows the puck down for his boys right there. Slammed is June Eam, who has a goal. First goal of this game went to him. 2v2 against the boards happening right now. Gets it out to Logan Maloney, bringing it around town. Maloney sends it up to a defenseman at the point. Sends it right back down low.
to Derek Yang. Yang makes a spin move out in front, saved away. Good save by Como right there, all the way to Duncan Needham at the point. Shot, weak shot, almost a big tipper, and it's tipped into the chest of the goaltender, Aiden Como. 18 minutes, 21 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out 2-1, looking pretty strong early on, Kate. The face-off is going to be on the near face-off circle. Huskies not letting Cal get set up in any way, shape, or form. Huskies able to win it and keep it in the zone. Shot from the point. High was Heiser. Huskies able to regroup behind the net of Aiden Como. Out in front, there's a scram in front of the net. It's finally tipped away. Fazio tries to get a big tip on it, using a stick lift right there, and Cal's able to get the regroup. Crossing the half-ice line, right back and forth. Sloan slammed against the boards by Fazio. That's a big man that just hit you right there. Fazio stands at 6'4". Sloan gets up like a man, and that's playoff hockey for you right there. Going back and forth with it. Sloan able to try and regroup for him. Back and forth again behind the net of Aiden Como. Number 8, O'Dowd is slammed, stolen away by the Huskies. Once again, starts to send it out in front. Good move by the defense, number 93, Colin Fazio. Fazio clears it high and wide. Depending how much speed it gets, it might be an icing, and it's gonna be. 17 minutes, 24 seconds left in the second period. 2-1 Huskies out in front. Not a lot of shots, but man, they're getting close. On the far face-off circle. A tired Golden Bear lineup it looks to be. Huskies just keep on pounding though. Stolen away, Huskies coming in the zone. Dominic Wolf, now Lampman on the forecheck. Cal's able to finally clear it again. It might be another icing though. Unless number 72 can beat him out. No, we can't. Liam Collins was right there. A little late, the Cal bench wants a reaction. The icing is gonna be called. No subs can be made for Cal. This is the second period. It's the period of long subs, so we might have a couple dead legs here, Kate.
We've said this before on the broadcast too, is when you kind of start to ice it a lot, is honestly when you're trying to play sloppy, when you're trying to play dump and chase hockey and you're panicking a little. And that seems to be what Cal is doing right now, because UW is maintaining possession of the puck. They're constantly pressuring them, constantly taking it away. And right now, they're dominating the period.
Enzo Gubel takes a tumble, almost gets it stolen away from him. Finally cleared, not gonna be able to make subs. Actually, he'll make a couple right here, because number 8, Chris Williams, is gonna have to regroup. Wolf sends it out in front. There's gonna be a call. There's gonna be a power play for the Golden Bears, it looks like, from the reactions on the ice as of right now. They're calling it on number 8, Chris Williams. I believe it might have been a high stick. That's what the call is on the ice. So the Golden Bears have a golden opportunity to tie this game up right now on the power play. 16 minutes, 46 seconds left in the second period. Our early penalty against the Huskies gives the Bears a chance. Going back and forth at the blue line. 81, Patrick Lou sends it down around the boards. There's a scram in front of there. DSB, one of the best players for this Bears team's up in there. And it's cleared away, gets all the way out to Patrick Lou now. Out in front, Fazio rips one on net. Woo! High and wide. Had a golden opportunity right there. Would have beat Jonah Nash, as Jonah Nash didn't react to the shot, keeping it in the zone. What a save by Mizuno. Getting some hops in there, looking like it's basketball. Now number 5, Daniel Musgraves looks to clear it. Can he get it? No. Bears keep it in the zone. Clearing it all the way back out. Fazio at the blue line. All the way to his man, Mizuno. Back and forth action for Cal, keeping in the zone. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Behind now to DSB. Fazio finds himself with the puck on the near circle. Fazio rips one on net, hits the chest of Jonah Nash, another tipped, and Jonah Nash gets an easy save as he just lays down on that one. 1 minute left in this power play, 15 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out in front, 2-1.
You know, in that power play, they weren't really getting shots on net. They were just kind of moving it around the outside. And when you are on a power play, you want to get shots on net. You want to get rebound opportunities because there's not that many people to stop you. So stop moving it around the outside, get some pucks on net, and you'll probably get a goal.
Cal is able to win the faceoff. Back down low, rips one on net, doesn't even get to Jonah Nash. Down low to DSB. DSB makes a couple guys miss right there. Sent all the way out to the man Mizuno. Mizuno at the point. Mizuno looking to send it right back and forth. Rips one on net and into the chest of Jonah Nash. A shot right there by Fazio. Colton Fazio, the big man. His comparison would probably be Tage Thompson. 37 seconds left on the power play. 15 minutes, 22 seconds left in this second period. And some subs are being made for Cal. The second power play unit is going to be out there. Face-off won by UW, and they're able to get a good clear. Their first clear of this power play comes with about 30 seconds left, but still not a lot of shots like Kate just brought up for Cal. Bringing it in the zone, sends it to his man, number 18, just a little bit out of reach for Tyson Storr. Behind the net of Jonah Nash now. Number 91, Dominic Wolf, looks to clear it, and it hits a weird bounce. We might have a break right now. Here comes Lampman, one of the best players on this team. Lampman turns it around. Smart play by him. He would have potentially gotten beaten, would have been out of position. It makes you think, with the lead, Huskies might not be pushing for offense as much as they usually would. Number 16, John Burbank, looking for a guy. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Giving it up to his man. They might give it to Dominic Wolf. He has Cameron Irwin, one of the fastest skaters in the league, but Wolf just fans on it. Back and forth to Lampman, rips one, hits the skate. Number 16, John Burbank, takes one for the team right there. Duncan Needham shoves a man off, and it's cleared back down. Kanapika will regroup. 14 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second period. Cal does not do anything on the power play. Good job right there by Maloney. Maloney brings it in, bring it around. Might have in front of the net. Irwin looks for a guy. Almost gets it to Wolf. Would have been a golden opportunity. Another shot on net, and a good save by Como. 14 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second period. The shots on goal for California is 7. Shots on goal for the Huskies is 20.
You know, Connor, you mentioned in the first period when we were off the call, you said that Western Washington was fundamentally a better team than UW, even though they lost. You know, do you think that Cal is the better team? Obviously, they're probably the faster team, but do you think that right now they are better than UW and it's just like something that's not reflected in the score?
This is one of those games, if they play 10 times, it could potentially end up 5 wins for Cal, 5 wins for the Huskies, as Aiden Como just sends that one away. But it also becomes one of those games where Western was the better team for a majority of the game. Good padded save, or I mean glove save by Aiden Como. But going back to what I was saying, yesterday Western Washington was the better team for 2 periods by a good margin. It just happened to be the third period, the most important period that ends the game. The Huskies had one of the best periods they've had all season long, scoring 5 goals, coming back down 3-0 to even get to this championship game. And now they're 3-timesing the Golden Bears in shots right now with 21-7, and they have the lead 2-1. Looking to clear it is the Golden Bears. They're trying to get it out. Might be the man, number 93, Fazio. Gets it stolen away. That's going to be Sloan. Sloan going behind the net of Como. Backhands that one-timer, shoots high and wide. Almost a great shot and good goal right there for the Huskies. Number 9, Darren Morris retreats it, hits the bar. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd right there. Colton Fazio, the big man, brings it in the net, sends it down. Jonah Nash just clears it away. Keeping it in the zone by Cal at the blue line. Looking to rip one down in front. A shot on net. A fast reaction by Jonah Nash with a stick. He's able to stick that one away. Now number 72, Liam Collins. Huskies regroup, get an easy rebound, and cleared away. It's going to be into Cal's bench. It should still be on the Husky blue line side. I believe they will have it there on the far face-off circle. 12 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out in front, 2-1. Subs have been made. Musgrave, Irwin. Irwin looking to use his wheels. Hasn't done it a whole bunch today, but he is the fastest player in the Pac-8 as he won that tournament. Saucering in the zone is Wolf, clearing it with his hand down with Sean Domlin. Domlin battling against a couple Huskies there. Gets it stolen away. Jason Lee has to regroup. Lee sends it to his man for California. Makes a guy miss. Number 81, Patrick Liu. Liu and Irwin get confused with the referee. Shot in front of the net. Saved by Jonah Nash. Dom Sadek Broad almost had a good chance right there, but here comes Dominic Wolf, brings it in the zone all by himself, doesn't have a man with him, sends it down low. Now to Lampman. He gets it poke checked away from him. DSB is the man to try and clear it for Cal, clear back into the zone. A lot of turnovers happening right now between both of these teams. Do you think it's a situation where either team, they just don't want to make mistakes, Kate?
Yeah, definitely. I think that plays a huge factor in it. You know, this is a really big playoff game. It's for all the cookies, right? So, you know, they're going to play a little carefully. They want to play a little scared because they don't want to mess up. They don't want to give the other team an opportunity to capitalize on their mistakes. But that's kind of the issue with that mentality, is if you don't want to try anything, you're not going to. And that's going to give up a lot of scoring opportunities.
No doubt about it. Lucas Fung gets tripped up. There's no call. The Cal bench wants one. Awkward fall right there for him, but he seems to be just fine. Eon has a goal in this game. Looking to make a move between the legs of Jason Lee. Who has the puck? It's Aiden Como. They still haven't blown the play dead, and finally a late whistle comes in. Aiden Como locked it up with his legs right there. 11 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out in front still, 2-1. No goals here in the second.
Not many shots here in the second as well, as Cal right now only has 8 shots on goal for this entire game. Not just this period, but this game. If they want more scoring opportunities, they're going to have to shoot. The Huskies already have 21 shots on goal. They have to match the pace. They have to match the speed if they want even a few opportunities, not even goals.
The referee has thrown a Husky out. Derek Yang's going to be the man to replace it on the faceoff. Yang wins it for the Huskies, so it doesn't matter. Duncan Needham at the point. Sends it down low to Kanapika. Once again, Cal's able to rebound it behind the net of their own goaltender right there. Maloney sends it back to Needham. Needham rips one, hits the Cal player. We might have a little break going right now. Chabakalo with a man out in front, spin move, gets hit. They both hit the ground pretty hard right there. Kanapika now bringing up the fast defenseman for the Huskies. Kanapika going around town, sends it out in front. Maloney almost punched it in, looking like a boxer right there. Shoved off the puck right there once again, and Chabakalo has to regroup, sending it back in. Easy save, hand is up for the Huskies, I believe. The Huskies are going to be on the power play. Cal has a man going to the sin bin. Don't know what the call is or who's going in just yet. I believe the call is going to be holding. It's going to be on number 23, Lucas Fung, one of the better players on this Cal team with 17 goals and 7 assists. But now, about at the halfway mark, 10 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second period. The Huskies are already up with 1 goal. Have a good chance to go up potentially 2 goals now. The ref's hands in the air for something. I don't know what the argument's about. They send out Logan Maloney. Irwin's going to be the man to take the face-off now for him. And Cal has 1, looking to clear it. Keeping in the zone is Irwin, battling back and forth. Guy takes a tumble. The man to come out with is Logan Maloney. Maloney, all by himself, regroups with the puck. Irwin now. Skating back and forth, slow but steady. Wolf has it. Saucering it back to Lampman. Lampman tries to make a guy miss. No, number 5, Enzo Goldbull tries to push him off. Lampman behind the net now. Skating around, just going in circles. Lampman keeps with it, and it's cleared away. They're going to call it. Yes, they did call it offsides. A little bit of a late call, but I thought it wasn't going to be there. What a stick by the man, number 12, Derek Yang, or my apologies, number 12, Brennan Baker.
Lampman looking a little selfish there as he took it around. There were 2 drop pass opportunities to, make a play happen, but instead had to carry it with a man on him and ultimately, lose kind of control of the puck.
10 minutes exactly left in this period as the puck is cleared. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the power play for the Huskies. Bringing it up is Dominic Wolf. Wolf using some speed, gets passed into the zone, sends it around the boards, trying to find a Logan Maloney. Maloney almost gets cut off right there, sends it back to Cameron Irwin at the point. Now all by himself is Wolf, rips it on net, shoots. A battle in front of the boards, in front of the net. Landman gets the rebound, shoots it on to Aiden Como. He's able to stay strong right there and make an incredible save. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this power play. 9 minutes, 37 seconds left in the second period. And the second line power play unit comes out for the Huskies. You're going to have Cameron Britt, Derek Yang, Patterson. A lot of guys coming here to play right now. Lethal lineup for the Huskies. A little back and forth action. Williams at the blue line. Sends it back to his man down low, Darren Morris. Williams one times it, and they score! No, they're going to give it to number 28, Jake Ferguson. Got a big tipper. It did seem kind of like a weaker shot, but Jake Ferguson gets the tip into the net, and it's a 3-1 hockey game. Huskies out in front in the big championship game by 2 goals now.
That was a perfect screen on UW's side, you know, standing in front of the goalie, making sure that he can't see very much as pucks come at him. That was absolutely the perfect way to do that, and a great tip there by Ferguson.
Well, what seemed to be a pretty even second period leads to Cal taking a penalty and UW capitalizing off of it. 9 minutes left here in the second period, and UW's out by 2 possessions. A little dangerous situation. Cal hasn't been put in this position all year long as the 1 seed. This would also be the first upset technically of the whole entire playoffs, as the higher seed has won every single game. And the ref takes one straight to the, I want to say face, but he's fine. I think it hit his helmet. That's why your helmet says official right there, Kate.
Definitely. It's kind of scary sometimes how officials don't wear full cages. You know, it's just a few ear guards and a face shield, but thankfully the ref's okay.
We had an official problem last night where he took a tumble, and it led to the last game between UW and Western finishing with only 3 officials.
Oh?
9 minutes left here in the second period. Huskies up 3-1. Cal's going to try to respond in this period. Sending it out to his man, Liam Collins. A little weak backhand pass. Doesn't get on the stick of Fazio, so Huskies are able to get a good steal right there. Liam Collins, once again, finally gets to Fazio this time. Fazio on his hip like a pistol is Cameron Irwin. A shot from the point. Doesn't even get to Jonah Nash. Keeping it on the ground, though. Liam Collins tries to keep it in, and they're going to call a high stick. 8 minutes, 31 seconds left here in the second period. 24 shots on goal compared to 8 shots on goal. Is that the reason California's losing right now, Kate?
I definitely think so. I think that they need to get shots on. You know, they almost haven't had any shots this period at all. We mentioned it before. They have 8 shots. They still have 8 shots. You know, UW is at least trying to get shots on net and continue to get more goals. It just seems like Cal doesn't even want the puck on net. They're just kind of trying to play defensively against UW and make sure that they don't get any more.
Ellis Auto clears it high into the air, higher than even we are right now. Becomes a situation of battling on the boards now on the Husky side. Logan Maloney does a pirouette to keep possession. It's cleared away once again. These teams seem to be clearing it back and forth until one of these teams makes a mistake and one of the other teams goes on the power play. Massive hit right there, but Logan Maloney's the one that gets crushed. 81, Patrick Liu sends it back into the zone. Williams, who just had the first assist, thought he maybe got a goal right there, and the hand is in the air. The Huskies are going to go back on the power play. As soon as Cal touches it, hopefully number 95, Enzo Goebel, he doesn't get to it. Huskies are going to go 6. Nope, there it is. Enzo Goebel touches the puck, and it was behind the net of Jonah Nash right there. Williams just takes a late hit. Just something you don't want to do, as I believe, who's the player going to the bench? It's going to be number 3, DSB, Dom Sedlak Broad. Probably the best player here on this California team, and puts them in another bad situation, as about 2 minutes ago, the Huskies scored on a power play. 7 minutes, 31 seconds left in the second period. Huskies back on the power play. It was tied up, but Wolf finds himself with it. No, not cleared away. 88, Sean Domlin looks to clear. Back and forth, and a bad pass leads to maybe number 23, Lucas Fung, going on a break. Irwin and Lampman are the guys back. Fung backhands it into the zone. Liam Collins sends it back and forth, looking to waste some time as Cal. Good job right here by them. Sean Domlin. Saucer to his man, it's cleared back in. Huskies get possession. Cameron Irwin coming in the zone pretty smoothly. Irwin sends it back to his man, gets it stolen away. Just a bad possession right there by Irwin. Here comes Cal now. Liam Collins, wrist shot onto the net of Jonah Nash, and a good, easy save for him. 1 minute and 21 seconds left in the penalty. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out in front, 3-1.
I think a huge part of Cal's struggle as well in this game is that they are having trouble maintaining possession of this puck. Every time that they have the puck, they throw it away, they dump it away, or even UW takes it. You know, it's poke checked, it's stolen, whatever. But UW is doing a great job of holding on to this puck, making solid passes and solid plays.
Huskies looking to regroup and get back into the zone. They send it to the guy, Christopher Williams. A bad pass leads to 95, Unzo Goebel trying to clear it for them, but it's cleared away finally. Good job to fight for it was number 14. Number 14. Mark Reyna. Bringing it back in the zone. Here comes Darren Morris, the shifty defenseman of the Huskies. Morris going all by himself. Wrist shot. A good glove save. Looking snaggy right there. Aiden Como. 43 seconds left in the power play. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in this second period. .24 shots on goal for the Husky, 9 shots on goal for the Bears. On the far face-off circle in California zone, and they call the play dead almost immediately. Wonder what the refs are talking about.
The refs have been very strict off the face-offs in this game. Keep kicking people out of this face-off circle. It feels like almost every face-off, we're getting a new center.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Huskies win the face-off all the way to Eom. Rips it on net, tries to get a tip. Nothing there, though. Irwin now sends it around the boards, right back to his man, June Eom. Has the first goal of this game. Maloney back out to Eom. At the point, Dominic Wolf out in front, shoots, and they score! Benjamin Lampman gets his second of the game, and he hasn't even taken a shot yet. Both of these goals are big tipper goals. My, oh my, we have a 4-1 hockey game.
Great opportunities from the Huskies. Seems to be a repeat of last year so far, where Cal was the favored team to win it all, and UW, the quote-unquote underdog of this weekend, is currently winning this game.
And Jake Ferguson takes a tumble right there. The play is called dead. The puck was cleared into the bench. 5 minutes, 47 seconds left in the second period. The Huskies get their 4th goal of the game, and 3 of them are big tipper goals. And that's what you have to do apparently against Cal. Just get a guy in front of the net, and they're going right back on the power play. As there was a call on the ice, and it's back-to-back power play goals for the Huskies, and they're going back on the power play almost 8 minutes in a row, 6 minutes in a row, where they have a man advantage. The Huskies firing on all circles right now. It's just incredible to see what they're doing right now. Eom dumps it off to his man Wolf. Wolf looking to go on all by himself, rips it, and he scores! Dominic Wolf lights the lamp. It's a 5-1 hockey game. In the last 6 minutes, there's been 3 goals for the Huskies, and they're all on the power play, and the Huskies are starting to run away with this one as they're dog-walking the Bears.
This has been an absolutely insane past few minutes, much less a whole period. You know, they're up 5-1 right now. Looks like Cal is going to be taking a timeout, and their coaches do not look happy.
They are not. They're drawing up some game plan right now as they go to timeout. So is us as broadcasters. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back for puck drop with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the second period, as we'll get underway pretty soon and shortly. For what has been a shocker to most, we have a 5-1 hockey game late here in the second period. Just another shocker. It's cleared in the zone. Is that going to be icing? Yes. Cal just can't seem to do anything right now. And it seems like the rematch is going a little bit like the Oilers-Panthers rematch, where the Panthers are in this situation. The Huskies are looking to win once again, but we have seen crazier stuff because as of right now, they're only down 4 goals. And last night, the Huskies came back and scored 5 goals to win a game. The Bears can do that. They are the 1 seed for a reason. Needham from the point, rips one on net, doesn't even get to it, but Jake Ferguson is able to grab the rebound almost immediately. Now Kanapika rips another one. Good save right there by Aiden Como. Question I got to ask you, Kate, is obviously it's 5-1. Como hasn't been getting a lot of help. There's not a lot of saves he can make in some situations. Do you think about pulling him?
I don't think so. Honestly, you know, he's been doing pretty well. I think his defense are kind of leaving him high and dry. There's a lot that he can't stop. You know, like you said, those big tippers, like you said, those point shots, those things where he can't really see, those shots where he's being screened. He has no idea where his puck is. It's his defense's job to push the people out from in front of the net and kind of stop that from happening.
I do believe Aiden Como will still be the goaltender for the rest of this hockey game, barring anything crazy or a couple more goals. Refs stop it once again, and they throw a man out. Man, they're strict tonight, Kate. Face-off won by the Huskies, sent around the boards by number 3, Drew Heiser. Keeping it in the zone is Mizuno. Tries to get his man out in front, looking to rip it is DSB. 21 now at the line, all the way to 88, rips it on net, just far and wide. I believe that shot got tipped away. Mizuno gets a tip, slows the puck down just a little bit high and in the air, keeping it in the Huskies zone though. And the Cal Golden Bears have to regroup to keep things going. DSB brings it in by himself, shoved off the puck now at that point. June Eam slammed to the bench of the Bears. And they're having to regroup. Number 21 once again. Truya gets slammed against the boards. Logan Maloney riding his back, and there's got to be something happening. No penalty, no whistle to blow the play dead just yet. Logan Maloney sends it, backhands into the zone, and they sub out a 5-man rotation for the Huskies. Cleared into the zone once again by DSB. Cal trying to get right back into this game. Shot on net, finds its way to Jonah Nash. It bounces the puck, cleared away. Is it on net where they're going to call off the icing? It's not going to get there in time anyways. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second period. Huskies, 3 goals in the last about 8 minutes to make it a 5-1 game. 10 shots for the Bears compared to about 30 shots for the Huskies, 29 to be exact. Tries to send it down low, almost the pass gets through to Fazio. He gets it stolen away by Williams, who's having a great day for the Huskies. Now Irwin loses the puck just a little bit too far for him. Gets to the Lampman. Lampman on the hat trick watch. 2 big tipper goals. Maybe trying to get the shot off. Almost gets it there. Fazio cleared it away. Keeping it in the zone is Williams, though. Williams sends it down low to Lampman. Lampman kind of grabbed right there. Could have gone holding, but it goes in the favor of the Bears. That could have been another power play for the Huskies. 3 minutes left in the second period. Cal's seeming to rush a little bit. They're making a little bit more mistakes. The Huskies seem calm, cool, and collected, Kate. What are you seeing right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're just kind of dumping the puck away. It looks like they don't even want it. That looks like it's going to be an offsides call.
Yes.
But, you know, like I said, they don't even want it. I believe that the first period they maybe had 4 shots on goal, and right now they have 10. They've only taken 6 shots on goal this period, and there's still 3 minutes left. You know, right now, if I'm Cal, if I'm their coaches, I am not too happy with our team's performance. Yes, they are the faster team. On paper, they are the better team. Right now, it just doesn't look that way.
Icing is called. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second period. Huskies out in front 5-1. If things keep shaking up like this for at least the last 3 minutes, Cal's coach is going to have to go to the locker room and give a Dan Campbell type of speech, get them running through a brick wall because a huge comeback is going to be needed, and it's not going to be easy to do against these Huskies because they are pestering all over and winning every battle right now. Slap shot. Hits about 2 Huskies. Jake Ferguson takes one for the team right there as he took a shot. That was a fast-moving puck right there by number 25, Jabakalo, but it goes high and into the netting. So we're going to have a little deja vu action, Olivia Rodrigo might say. Logan Maloney faces off against number 23, Lucas Fung. Face-off won by Maloney. Peter Kanopika sends it around the boards. 88 Sean Domlin keeps it in though. Good for him. John Burbank now sends it out in front. No one's there though. Keeping it in the zone. Domlin. Burbank battling against Needham. Good position by Needham, who's able to get to Maloney. And now Derek Yang. Derek Yang clears the puck into the zone. Should be an icing call as Domlin wins the race versus June Eon. 2 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second period. 5-1 Huskies. Huskies outscoring the Bears 3-0 just in this period.
You know, Connor, I'm curious, with this period so far and Huskies taking such a strong lead, what do you think that the next period is kind of going to look like? Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to come out with momentum and speed and, you know, overall dominate the period?
Honestly, what happens in that locker room has to rely on the coaches for Cal. Cal has to come out and play. You got to be able to get them to do whatever you please. You cannot lay down if you're California right now. I don't think they will, but we've seen teams do that right here in these playoffs where it seems like the period break doesn't help them. Being down 4 goals is not helpful, but it's not impossible to come back, just improbable, especially versus the number 2 seed Huskies. 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the second period. The Huskies are looking to go back-to-back champs, create that dynasty 3rd championship in 4 years, and Cal's looking to get their first one since '04. Big hit right there as Cameron Irwin slides on his back. We got a 3-on-2 break coming all the way to Kanopika. Kanopika tries to get it back to Wolf for the 1T. He had an amazing power play goal, the 5th goal of the game. Wolf now looks into sniping once again, get in front of the net. Almost out of position again was Aiden Como. Slid a little bit too far. Sent down, icing's gonna be waved off. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the second period. 5-1 hockey game. Swung around the boards to Lampman. Lampman slammed now. Cleared back in by Patterson. Aiden Como sends it around the boards now for Wolf, and it's cleared in. Good pass. Hit the boards on a weird angle. All the way into the zone. Number 12, Brendan Baker. Stolen away from him. The man to get it is Musgrave. Sends it up, Cameron Irwin using his speed. Irwin, backhands pass just a little bit behind his man. That was Cameron Britt. Patterson now. Starts it all the way down to Cameron Irwin, and they're gonna have to retouch. The seconds are ticking in the second period. What do they call him? Do they call icing? I believe they did call icing as Patterson was a little bit behind the line right there. 40.6 seconds left in the second period where the Huskies have dominated 5-1 in this Pac-8 Championship game. Face-off, won by the Huskies. Musgrave behind the net of his own goaltender, Jonah Nash. Not a lot of action for him. He has made 9 saves on 10 shots. Cameron Britt makes a man miss. Cameron Britt trying to go all by himself, kind of powered off the puck. Jason Lee keeping with him. Cameron Britt and Jason Lee battling right now. Jonah Nash has a 900 save percentage on the dot. Icing's gonna be waved off. 16 seconds left in the second period. Cal trying to get potentially one more shot. Huskies potentially trying to get one more shot. Logan Maloney slammed there. Sloan sends it into California Golden Bears zone. 3, 2, and 1. That is going to be the period. The Huskies 20 minutes away from a dynasty and being back-to-back champs. Jonah Nash being the man right now with a 900 save percentage. The whole Huskies power play unit has been immaculate. 3 for 3 this period, and all 3 of those goals coming back-to-back-to-back. 12 minutes until the start of the third period. 5-1 game. Kate, things have flipped upside down. If you're a Cal fan, player, coach, what do they need to do better?
I really do think that they just need to get shots on goal. They need to keep possession of the puck, not panic as soon as they get it. Hold on to it, you know, make a good pass, make a good play, and that will give them scoring opportunities. You know, there's plenty of rebound opportunities that the Huskies are giving up, but there's nobody there to go get them. If they have somebody there, you know, if they have, you know, defense supporting their goalie as well, those are the kind of things that'll make a huge difference in this game.
Well, now I got to ask, going to the other side of the bench now. Huskies, what's your game plan? If you're the head coach, if you're one of these players, what are you doing to finish this third period and get your second championship in a row?
You know, honestly, I feel like what they were doing in that second period was really was really well. They were pressuring really hard, causing them to, you know, kind of fumble, kind of make these mistakes. They were, you know, getting pucks on net. They were doing really well defensively. They had a great possession in the neutral zone, and I think that's really what helped them carry it into the offensive zone. Their goalie is doing really well. He hasn't taken very many shots, though. He's only taken about 10 shots this game, only letting one in, and really that one he couldn't see.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm really excited for the next period. I'm excited to see how the teams respond to this period. You know, Cal, they really got to step it up. The Huskies, they've been playing really well. They got to keep doing what they're doing, protect their score, not let the Bears kind of get in there and kind of try and tie up the score.
Well, no doubt about the Huskies are about 20 minutes away from receiving all the glory and being crowned champions. Make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys stay tuned for this third period as we're trying to hit our goal of 500 subscribers, but should be an interesting third period to say the least. I'm Connor Simmons, joined by Kate Cherney. We're looking for an exciting third period to get underway. We'll be back after the break.
This is a KUGR sports production,
Good pass down low to Airstrip, and he scores off the glass.
giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He stuffed at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, back to the game.
You're listening to Cougar Hockey on KUGR.
A dynasty that refuses denial. UW looking for their third championship in 4 seasons as head coach Matt Cleaton comes back onto the ice. 3 minutes and 54 seconds until the players join him, but this has been absolutely rough if you're UCB. Wow, this has been a blowout so far. That second period really was a lot of separation. 2-1 coming into it, and then just power play goal after power play goal for UW. And now 5-1, they have the lead, and they're just 1 frame away from yet another championship.
Well, it's pretty cold in the arena, and California is really cold right now. It's been a long weekend for all of the people, even for us, but a lot of these hockey players, especially both teams playing in the championship. But Cal just seemed like they didn't show up to play here today. I know a lot of these goals are borderline impossible to stop for Como. He needs some help. He does need some help. But about 4 of those goals, 3 of those goals are just guys in front of the net. Lampman's looking incredible right now. Usually he's known for his wrist shots, his playmaking ability. But he's in front of the net looking like Zach Hyman right now. It has been just a great game. The Huskies are playing incredible right now. They're firing on all cylinders. This is one of those games where it's like, if you're going to have your best game, make it in the championship kind of situation.
The Huskies, again, they have just been dominant, and they looked a little bit off in the first game against UCSD. Didn't quite get that dominating victory that they were, I guess, expected to get. And then they come in and they almost lose to Western. Western had this team on the ropes at 3-0 coming into this very period, the third, and they just couldn't get it done. UW makes a great historic comeback to win it, and now they've taken that momentum and have completely pushed it all over the championship game. 5-1. Cal, Aiden Como just getting screened. I mean, Cal just can't clear UW out of the slot, and that has been the major difference, especially on the power play with Cal taking so many penalties.
Well, they also, within 6 minutes of each other, had 3 penalties against them, and the Huskies scored on all 3 of those. It was a Lampman goal. It was a guy in front of the net. I believe Jake Ferguson got a tip-in goal. And then, of course, Dominic Wolf, they finally get one past him with a snipe, just an incredible shot. But they went 3 for 3, and they were all back-to-back-to-back within, like I said, 6 minutes. It was, you can't do that. Especially Cal, after that first power play goal, you go, okay, let's try and stay it safe. That second power play goal, you lock in from there on out. There should no reason there should be a third power play where you guys score on. It seemed like they added minutes back onto the clock as we came in at about 3 minutes, and now it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. But again, if you're Cal, we've seen 5 goals been scored. The last game we called, there's 5 goals scored in the third period with the Huskies coming back and beating Western Washington. That's what Cal needs to do against them right now. Jonah Nash looking really strong. Hasn't been tested too much, though. He's got a .900 save percentage, but only 10 shots compared to 29, 30. you got to test them a little bit more. Like Kate was saying, just keep on shooting. Doesn't matter if it's a good shot at this point. You're down 4 goals. Any shot's a good shot.
The purple and gold are built strictly off confidence. This team has all the confidence in the world. Are now up 4 entering the 3rd period, and when they are at an all-time high for confidence, they are a tough team to beat, especially when you have to come back from down 4. As we will take a short break, they did add a few minutes. It looks like Travis didn't like how the ice was all set up. He wanted it to get fixed, the commissioner of the Pac-8. Of course, also the rink manager here in Eastern Washington. So we will take another break, but only 2 minutes here until the 3rd period starts. So don't go away. We will be joining back. I'm Zach McFarlane alongside Connor Simmons. You're watching KUGR. And do not go away. The 3rd period is ready, and the Pac-8 trophy will be presented in just a few moments. Welcome back. I'm Zach McFarlane, joined by Connor Simmons. Again, you're watching KUGR. The ice looks great, at least according to Travis. 20 minutes put back on the clock. And we are set for the 3rd and what seemingly is the final period of the season. UW just that much time away from another championship. Cal in pure desperation mode from the start of this one. We're underway. Sit back and enjoy what could be the final period of the season. Irwin shot one wide as he entered the zone. Wolf on a baseball bats and a good hand-eye coordination. Irwin blindly spins one out front to nobody there and taken back up by Chabaklo. The Cal Golden Bears looking to just reset Chabaklo. Threw one in front, nobody there, and it bounces back to the point. Haruya shot, blocked down in front, trying to jam it home at the side of the cage. Jonah Nash denies that. The net comes off its moorings very easily there, and that's kind of the area that they were working on when they put time back on, so you wonder possibly if they didn't quite get the ice right.
Boy, it makes you wonder just a little bit, but John Burbank, I thought he had the 2nd goal of the game for Cal right then and there as he was just whacking away on that goalpost, so that might have been a reason the post loosened up a little bit right there. But I like the start from Cal. Obviously, you're down 4 goals. Just keep getting those shots, trying to get in front of Jonah Nash. Beat him strong, hard, physical, whatever you can do, try and beat him.
They're going to have to take a page out of UW's book. Get in front of the goaltender, try and screen him, take away his vision, maybe even bump a little bit. UW is definitely good at blurring the lines at the top of the paint. Obviously, there's no review. You had to make the call in a split second. Cal looking to make something happen here, but DSB's try is denied. Williams up the half wall. Relays it on for Irwin. Wolf unable to get there for the Huskies, and chipping one by DSB. Dominic Sedlick broad. Dumped back in by the Huskies, and Maloney now chasing after it as he goes right after Mizuno there, who comes up with it. Kodai Mizuno. Sent one ahead for Lou, and Lou got crushed into the board there. A flying stick, and that was his that came about, that's now laying in front of the UW bench, and again, it's dumped back in.
This whole Husky team has been on fire tonight and these whole entire playoffs. But I'll tell you right now, the top line of the Huskies with Ehrman, Wolf, Lampman, William, all these guys are just hitting everything they can. They're on fire. You can't make this up. This is just perfect hockey being played on that first line by the Huskies.
Now Fazio drops it back off to Baclo. Almost took a big hit there, just sidestepped to Baclo. In front to Baclo, denied by Nash. Unbelievable. Maybe an opportunity to get back in it, and Nash denies it on the doorstep. Just their 11th shot of the game. Baclo in the Gretzky's office here, in behind the cage. Dancing around, tried to thread one through, and that one got back to the point and then slapped over to the far wall. Yang calms it down and sends it all the way out, and it will not be an icing. Good clear from the young freshman.
The Huskies are really, wow, they are.
Oh, no, hand pass. It is a hand pass.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was called icing. I'll tell you right now, the Huskies, they're winning in the small things right now. Something that we talked about even just with WSU the whole season was the clears. You're clearing too hard. Huskies have perfected the clear where it doesn't go all the way. It slows the puck down. They don't ice the puck as much. They are able to make subs. They always have fresh legs. The Huskies do those little things. They practice those little things where it's high clears. Not fast clears, but high clears, just enough to get some subs off and regroup.
Cal wins the draw and moves it up. Lou rifles one around the end wall. Hops over the stick of Sloan, who now battles away for it with Chabaklo. Just a train moving up the wall there a bit as Lou slapped that one off the boards to nobody except for Patterson in white and purple, and he sends that one down. And it will be an icing. Taruya was battling away there with Andres. I didn't think they were going to call it. The puck was slowly rolling across, but they do, and the faceoff will come back to UW territory.
It makes the refs just a little bit, makes them think a little bit. Andres had some words for the official right there, said he could have had a chance to get there, but still had him back down. Cal's been dominating the O-zone time right now, but still down 4 goals.
18-5 with the shots. Rebound in front, loose puck. And it's again denied and washed out by Nash, as this one's going to come all the way down for an icing. The shots 18-5 after the first, and then 29-10 after the second, meaning 11-5. And so UW is holding Cal to basically 5 shots a period. Meanwhile, UW essentially averaging around 14 to 15 shots a period.
Yeah, they've been hammering in the first 2 periods. Haven't got a shot up here in this third yet, so Como's had it pretty easy for the first 3 minutes. There's 17 minutes, 11 seconds left in this third period. Huskies out in front 5-1, looking to go back-to-back.
And Patterson kind of holding the stick there of Chabaklo. As this one dumped back into Cal territory, Andres receives it in behind the cage and settles it down. Looks at his options, backhands one down low for Lampman. He sends it to the back off the backhand. Morris, a shot through traffic, didn't quite get through. Morris retrieves it again. Around the circle and a shot short side, again shrugged away by Como. Wolf, and it looks like Dahlem kind of getting into it there behind the play. No penalty will be called as this puck is pushed up into the mesh with 16:35 to go in the third.
Wolf did talk to the referee official right there. Like you said, some pushing and shoving. But a person to watch right now is Lampman. He's on hat trick watching. Here comes that first line I've been telling you guys about.
And UW has stayed pretty clean with the box today. They have definitely not been in the box as much as Cal. 2 power play goals coming in last period, as that power play really working for UW. Lampman pushes it back across the line, delayed offside, and looks like they tag up. And so now it is Lee in behind his own cage, dancing across left to right, trying to shake Irwin, the fastest skater in the pack. And that he was deemed that on Thursday night.
This forecheck has been incredible for the Huskies right now. Despite being up by 4 goals, they're still keeping it down right now. Look at this.
Cal has nowhere to go with the puck. It is directed up into the air and then again brought back in. Oh no, they're going to say it's offside. I was going to say onside play, but a late arm raise of the linesman there on the blue line near the UW bench calls it. At 4 minutes, 5 seconds gone by in this third period, still 5-1.
Well, that play only happened because Darren Morris last second just got a sliver of his stick and it bounced in the air just a little bit longer than what Cal wanted to be, and the offside was called. Again, winning plays. This is the championship. Those plays will win you this championship.
And the trophy being cleaned up there and reshined in the glass above on the second floor here in the URC, getting ready to be presented here in about 15 minutes. And of course, barring a crazy, miraculous Cal comeback and a penalty here coming up. It is a hooking, and it's seemingly June Eom who is guilty and will go. No, I beg your pardon. It will be Logan Maloney who will go to the box, and Cal will have a power play. They haven't been too effective on it, but they will have an opportunity to at least make this a 3-goal game.
Well, like you said, they need this power play has to be a must. It's one of those situations where it has to be. You got 2 minutes to score a goal. You got the man advantage. This is a lethal Cal offense. I know they can do it. If you want to make it this game, you got to score early in this third period.
Cal wins the draw and cannot get one on the cage. Lou backhands it to Mizuno at the point. Rifles one over. Fazio back to Mizuno, top of the slot. Send it down low, directed toward the net and right into the slot and blocked. Mizuno regrabs control over to Fazio, a wrister, and it's tipped away by a stick in front. And 23 seconds gone by the power play. Nothing done from Cal.
1:37 left in this power play. Cal has been set up. They got to win this faceoff. A 5-2 game is way different. We're about a fourth of a way done in the third. You got to score pretty soon if you're Cal.
Faceoff again, won by the Golden Bears. Mizuno calmly plays it to Fazio. Mizuno again corrals it. Fazio fires one right into the kneecap of Musgrave, and it's cleared back down by UW. They just seem to want it more.
Well, that's where we talked about it yesterday with Western losing that lead. Just the skill and presence. They got that veteran leadership in the Huskies. I think Fazio right there is a freshman who's been one star player for this Cal team. That's where his ability of just not being in the playoffs long enough comes to be.
Mizuno Lou and a one-timer, and look out. Here comes freshman Derek Yang, all alone shorthanded, and it's saved by Como. A good stop by him, and that could have put Cal really out and down for sure. And now Yang sends it back out to center. UW calms it down. 45 seconds to go on the power play. They'll play a little keep away before Needham just rifles one down. That one's off the linesman. Lampman almost got there first. It almost worked out for the Huskies, but not quite. Fazio hands it off for Lee. Again, jabbed away by a stick of a Husky. Here comes Dominic Sedlock-Broad moving in as DSB out in front. Beautiful pass, and just can't get the shot away. Absolute frustration as Burbank could not get a shot off.
He whiffed on it. What a perfect pass by one of your best players. Dom Sedlock-Broad putting it on the money right there. That's comparable just to dropping an easy pass in the NFL. Just you have to be able to get a shot up there.
Here's DSB, a shot from the point, and again held by Jonah Nash, who looks stronger than ever right now. 13:32 to play, and just 14 shots for the Cal Bears as they have 1 tick left on the Logan Maloney hooking penalty.
Not a bad power play, but you can say if you're the Cal's team, it is a bad power play because you didn't score. You're down 4 goals. You have to score on almost every power play you have for the rest of the game. This is a good opportunity. You got to win the face-off here. You still have a second, so you maybe have 3 or 4 seconds to keep the man advantage and potentially get a shot off on Jonah Nash. So you got to set up very fast.
And really their only chance of having this power play came on the rush. They really have not had any established zone opportunities. And this one is just a fluttered shot bouncing through a couple of skates, thrown back toward the slot, and again wide for Chabaklo. And now moving up ahead is Maloney, dancing by, almost got through the defense. And Lee with the help there again of Ellis O'Dowd. This puck dribbles back in, spinning on edge. In to get it, Lee. Nice stick lift play from Cal, and they'll move up with it. Chabaklo up the left side, can't dance by Morris. A poke check, he gets it right back. Chabaklo in below the goal line. shields it on his backhand. Throws one in front and again blocked down once more. Maloney pressuring Cal here, and again, too much, proven to be too much for Cal as Dahlem pushes it back below the goal line, keeping it alive, however. Chabaklo spins it back in below the goal line. Mizuno just tried to thread it out front, nobody there. Mizuno looking for a give and go, had one look for in front, couldn't quite get it. Another shot, Danik left in the crease of Matt Scramble, they score! 12:23 to go. Cal has struck, and they have made it a 3-goal game.
Kodai Mizuno somehow got it to go through. Zach, I couldn't tell you what happened right there as Jonah Nash is on the ground and in pain right now. Could be a story to talk about as the coaching staff has come out.
This is not good for UW. Jonah Nash has been not called upon essentially the most amount of times this game, but he has been strong. And Zach Reddy now on the ice warming up.
He's getting ready.
So you just got to wonder if this is so serious that they need a goaltender change.
He's on the ground and in pain right now. Going back to the goal, I'm surprised it wasn't waved off or called for goalie interference as Mizuno was practically in the net right there. Again, I don't know how he even got it to go in as he just kind of dove on the ice as it was a scramble. Mad dash in front of the net as Jonah Nash is slowly getting up. It seems like he has to come out at least for a little bit, just for safety purposes, regardless if he can come back into this game.
He seems to be talking to his assistant coach, and again, we hope he is okay and that all is well with Jonah Nash as the Cal Bears are trying to take this time to get re-locked in, reset. It would take a very miraculous comeback against this Husky team, and Jonah Nash, again, still talking to the assistant coach who has his mask in hand, and Zach Reddy is going to come in to this hockey game, and Jonah Nash will come off receiving fist bumps from his teammates here. And again, you're right, a storyline if this were to head south for the Huskies. But Zach Reddy in between the pipes. He makes his Pac-8 playoff debut this season.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this is a storyline. If you're Zach Reddy, this is equivalent to your backup goaltender coming in the Super Bowl right now. This is if Drew Lock comes in for Sam Darnold for an injury play. This is where we don't know anything about Zach Reddy. Cal doesn't know anything about Zach Reddy. But if you're Cal, that has to pump you up. Zach Reddy hasn't been warmed up basically in the last 3 or 4 days. He's barely taken any shots, and now he's playing in the biggest game of his life. Cal has got a chance now, despite being down 3 goals, 12 minutes and 23 seconds left in this third period, and Zach Reddy is the goaltender for the Huskies.
Cal has to take this with some momentum. Zach Reddy coming into the playoffs with a .906 save percentage, 2.6 goals against average, and he has won 8 contests of 11 that he has been a part of. And Cal now has at least gotten within half the amount of shots as UW, and we haven't really seen that in a long while as Dahlem dumps us back in. 12 minutes to go in period 3. This one raced all the way down the ice off a skate, so no icing. Dahlem back to retrieve at the corner. Striding up the near wall. This one thrown back ahead for Liu, and it's off of his helmet, keeping it alive with Fung. Fung at the top of the slot, threw one in front. Nobody there, looking for probably a deflection in front, and a bouncing puck swatted away from the stick of Irwin. DSB keeps it alive at the near half wall, but it's raced out again by Konopka. Galloping ahead, Irwin left it off. A good play by Mizuno. Took it from Konopka, but got it right back. Lampman again. Irwin banked it back to the point. Patterson slapped it right down again below the goal line. Lampman wrestling with a bear there in behind the cage. And now Wolf and DSB going to work on one another, and Dahlem sends that one wrapping it around the end wall again. Right back out to center, and Patterson and the Dogs calm it down.
A lot of turnovers happening between both teams right now. If you're the Huskies, this is what you want to see because no matter what, the clock keeps ticking. Cal's got to find a way to keep possession and get some passes going through.
And Cal, again, last year, 7-2 the score. They lost to the Huskies after being undefeated all year in a very similar game thus far in the championship. They have about 11.5 minutes to get it done. I beg your pardon, 10.5 minutes to make something happen and reset themselves. Chabaklo carries it in, striding, and he couldn't get by Heiser, who hasn't played much, but a brilliant effort defensively by him. Heiser now holding up Chabaklo, and no penalty going to be called here, as Derek Yang almost had that at center. Picked up by Patterson. The defenseman walks in and a shot blocked down in front. Loose puck rolling toward the goal, and it's poked wide to the corner. Heiser didn't see Chabaklo coming in to pickpocket him from behind, and it was threaded through, but to no avail for the Bears, and it's dumped back in again by the Huskies. Over halfway gone by in the final frame.
Well, they got one goal at about the 13-minute mark. Nothing's really happened. Not a shot has been shot since for either of these teams. There's 9 minutes, 45 seconds left. Cal's got to start pushing heavy now.
Cal needs a miracle, some kind of offensive work over here. They have been worked over by the Huskies all game. Andres now moving on in front, driving the cage, didn't go. Sloan with a backhander, denied again by Como and answered with 9:25 to go in period 3. 5-2 your score. Washington just that much time away from hoisting the Pac-8 Championship trophy.
9 minutes, 25 seconds. Zach, the question I have to ask is, you're down 3 goals. Let's say about 4 more minutes go off this clock. You're at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Do you pull a goalie very early in this game? We're not going to see it. I know it's hard to pull goalies in the Pac-8, as we barely saw it in Western when there was about 50 seconds left when they finally pulled. But you're down 3 goals. You needed probably that extra skater.
In my mind, you have to. It is the last game of the season, and you really have nothing to lose. You just got to go essentially for broke, and here they are. They're going for broke. They're down 3 goals. You might see a goalie pull really in the NHL at this point in a playoff game like this in a Game 7. You would see a goalie pull probably around 4 or 5 minutes if they were down 3. In this league, you might see it at maybe 2 or 3 minutes. This one, backdoor, and oh my goodness, a save. Wow, Morris had that at the back door, totally thought that went in. Somehow, Como comes up with it, and this trapper.
He started celebrating. I thought that might have been the, say goodnight, close the door moment, as the defenseman almost had it, but I think he just aimed in the wrong spot. It gave Como just enough time and falls into his glove. Still a 5-2 game. Como keeps them in it.
Absolutely unbelievable. And unfortunately, I couldn't give a better call on that save. It was, wow, unreal. And again, to your point, could have just shot it maybe back at Como a little more than he'd liked. And a good glove save from him, keeping his team at a 3-goal deficit here with 8:25 to go. Here come the Cal Bears on offense. Mizuno tracing the outside of the circle. Backhands one in below the goal line. Mizuno retrieving it, has to dance around the official who got in the way there. Lee hit pretty hard into the boards, and UW will get it out. Yang tried to poke it on further, spun away by DSB to his man O'Dowd. Right back to Cedric Broad. 7:57 to go in period 3. Cedric Broad turns it over, and Yang just dumping it in, ticking time off this clock. That's all the Huskies have to do.
Well, the Golden Bears, they look like they're lollygagging right now. They're just horsing around. They don't seem like they want it.
Zero urgency from them. Chabaklo is shot off of Needham and wide. Needham gets it to Sloan at the half wall. Sloan able to get it out to Ruya. Tried to slap it back in, and even that goes awry for the Bears. Just nothing right for them today. Konopka looked to hand it off to Ferguson, changes his mind, and then throws it all the way around the end board. It wraps back to Needham at the point. He flings one in off the back wall. Ferguson to retrieve. Looks to go back to Needham. Instead, he'll throw one blindly in front, and a shot fought off by the pad of Como. In the corner with it now. The Bears will get it out. This puck is lifted all the way out to the zone by Burbank. And then again, the Huskies just completely dominating the Bears. Just they keep dumping it in. Neutral zone, get it back, dump it in. Neutral zone, get it back, and dump it in again and again.
They're playing like it's a tied hockey game right now, as the Huskies seem, if anything, the team to be playing right now, it seems like the Huskies are losing.
Huskies, you're right. They seem like they're down 3 goals right now. And the Bears look like they're just trying to survive, maybe even just trying to get that clock to hit 0. But that is not the case at all. Quite the opposite. Good soccer play by O'Dowd. Turned over. Lampman 2-on-1. Lampman a shot and save. Rebound. Irwin taking out the goaltender in Como, who seems to be okay, but now a counter rush here for the Bears. Mizuno got it over, spinning away from troubles. Fazio dancing around, tried to thread a backhand pass through and could not. O'Dowd, Mizuno, David Patterson vying for it now. Patterson goes down to the ice. No penalty called here. Lou racing up the wall. Couldn't get it away from Irwin. He got it across ice for Wolf. And he just pushes that back in. 5:57 to go. Time just ticking away. Not the friend of the Cal Golden Bears.
Well, this is where we start talking. We said about the 5-6 minute mark, you might want to pull your goalie when you're down 3 goals.
Taruya got the pass from Como, but turning it over quickly to the Bears. Referees kind of just letting this play out and shoving him out of the way easily there as the Bears will get possession back. Fazio moves up left side. Able to maneuver his way around Musgrave, through into the front, loose puck. Off a couple of sticks comes to Yang and the chemistry, and a good play by Taruya. Beautiful effort by him, sliding and blocking that puck from exiting. Back to Taruya from Fazio, and then he loses the puck here, loses control. Another brilliant play by Taruya, again, keeping the puck alive after just turning it over. Fazio calms down the rolling puck. Back to the point, a shot on goal. Turned out by a block shot in front, and another try on a spinning effort from Fung, and it's knocked away by Reddy.
Zach Reddy staying strong. Huskies able to sub out all 5. Now some fresh legs for them. That was the opportunity for Cal if they wanted to get that 3rd goal. Didn't go as what they wanted to be because Zach Reddy was ready.
Jonah Nash there on the bench right now for his team, as he was the starting goaltender this entire tournament. Unfortunately, earlier got hurt. And we're hoping he is okay. He's enough okay to be on the bench, supporting his team as they count down to another championship. 4:26 to go in this one. Spun out in front. Andres clears on the backhand. Will not be an icing, but when do you see Como come out? You're going to have to start keeping your eye on him.
It's got to be pretty soon, and someone who's having an incredible game is Darren Morris. He took 3 shots right there.
Here's Mizuno out in front. Oh, my goodness. Reddy says no with the glove. Unbelievable save with 4:08 to go. This could have been a completely different game, but Reddy keeps him alive, and it looks like to me, no, the net is not empty just yet. Como was kind of just going to the corner.
They're talking to him right now, though, so they're definitely thinking about it.
The assistant coach is saying, get ready to go. He sits at the top of the crease. They will give him a look, and Como not quite gone, as here's a break. Wolf has Irwin moving right in as he falls down, sends it back over to Irwin in a broken play that just could not be put back together. Almost caught Como well out of the crease. A turnover there from the Bears. Irwin takes a hit up high. This one cleared out to Chabaclo in a one-on-one opportunity. Como is dancing toward the bench, and on in. Oh my goodness, Chabaclo scores. What an effort. One-on-one, Chabaclo has made this a 2-goal game with 3:39 to go. We're not done just yet.
My, oh my, Chabaclo, are you kidding me right now? Does a little okey-doke and a skip to Grandma's house and finds his way through the door. Zach Reddy can barely even react to that shot as he chips it perfectly. What a perfect play, looking like Connor McDavid out there.
Absolutely incredible. Chabaclo has made this a 2-goal game. Como hadn't even quite gotten to the bench yet, and I was too busy watching Como and not watching the master class moves that were put on by Chabaclo on the one-on-one chance to make it a 2-goal game. Lee in the corner, fighting for an opportunity. He still holds it out. Back to the point, it comes to Taruya, calms it down. That shot off a stick and pops up into the air and goes to the opposite corner. Heiser will clear it. Couldn't get it by, was Lou, and then this one will come all the way down, and the rolling puck is an icing. 3:07 to go, and Como will remain put in the crease.
3 minutes and 7 seconds left in this 3rd period. Huge goal by Chabaclo makes this a game. Another goal by Cal. With the seconds ticking, it has to be pretty soon, you would think. And again, coach is looking at Como. It might be pretty soon, depending if Cal wins this face-off. Wouldn't be surprised if Como comes out of the net.
And he will stay deep in his crease At least he's not working toward the bench just yet. Chabaklo gives this one away. And Yang now trying to race down against Dowd. Taruya bumped off the puck there. Fans upset that there was no penalty call as this one dumped back in for the Bears. Como again, still deep in the paint. Given up here quickly by Konopka, but Jake Ferguson's going to be able to bank this one out. And O'Dowd's going to beat him there. Leaving it behind, Ferguson controls the puck and couldn't against Sean Lee, who's back to get it on the back check. Nice sauce pass ahead for Mizuno. Como working his way toward the bench. And a shot on ready again, save, and Como is at the bench. Officially, 6 attackers out for Cal. Desperation time here for the Bears. 6 on 5, 2:17 to go, and a 2-goal game. Wraparound in front, dancing through loose, puck is there, backhanded toward the crease, and it's blocked by a white sweater in front. Back to the point it comes now, and a shot on goal, blocked away again, deflected a couple of different times. Luke calms it down at the near half wall. 2 minutes to go, 120 seconds on the clock. Back again, DSP, a shot from the point, blocked by a Husky, into the mesh, and out of play with 1:55 to go.
Taylor Sloan making a winning play right there. Is that a lot of people didn't see it. Even though with the extra attacker, Zach already lost his stick, which is huge for a goaltender. You lose a whole another ability to save and close some shots and angles down. Still 6 on 5, a minute 55 seconds into the third period. Cal is pushing, Zach. Cal is pushing.
And this will be the first back-to-back championships since Oregon when they were in the league back before COVID. In 2019-2020 area there. As this one comes all the way down, Mizuno gonna grab it. He is pressured by Irwin, who sits at the top of the paint with 1:40 to go in period 3. Cal needs to desperately. Season on the line for both teams. DSB grabs it off at the far half wall, threw one in front, directed off the pad of Reddy. Irwin ships it all the way down. It will go the length for an icing with 1:23 to go. Cal, no timeouts. They used theirs already in the second period. And I don't think we'll see a UW timeout. I think Coach Matt Cleaton is pretty comfortable with where his team is at despite allowing 2 goals here in the third period. I think his team is ready.
And if you're the Huskies, you're okay with icing, is that waste times, even if it's 7 seconds.
There's a shot wide immediately off the draw. 80 seconds left on the clock. Now 75. Back to the point, Fazio. Look to hand it off. Now he does for Mizuno. Cal has to go to the bench. Over to Fazio. A wrister right into the stomach of Zach Reddy. Not where you want to place that puck if you're going for it all. And it's right into the stomach. And it looks like DSB still waiting for his twig at the bench. They really only had 5 guys there. So the 6 on 5 was pretty much all for nothing with an empty net in those last 10 seconds as he broke his stick on the last play. 1:06 to go before this game is all over, unless, of course, the Bears can get 2 as this one lifted all the way down and will be another icing. And UW, I would imagine, just keeps icing the puck and wasting time away with 57.3 to go. You might be tired, but it'd be pretty hard to give up 2 goals here in the last minute.
I don't know how tired I'd be when I'm 57 seconds away from being a champion. You do everything you can and your willpower just to clear the puck, save a goal, everything you can.
6+ months of hard work goes into a season like this. And of course you have the practices before the season starts. Then the season starts in around late September and goes all the way to this very date here in early February. And this is what you work for in this conference, in this division, in the Pac-8, to be named champions. In the best of 8 teams. Here's a block. Juniom going for it all. Scores! A sealer, and UW, in this case, will be the Florida Panthers. And Cal is going to come up short yet again.
The back-to-back champs, and they deserve it. They truly do deserve it. They have been the better team here today, the better team in the playoffs. He had 2 guys on hat trick watch just today with June Eom and Benjamin Lampman, and they lit the lamp here today, 6-3, 45 seconds exactly. And Sorrow is officially hitting the bench of the Golden Bears.
And the Golden Bears again, got to this very moment last year, except they didn't have a blemish on the record. This year they have one, and they're in the same exact spot. UW just comes into today fully prepared, ready to get it done. Ferguson turns it back to Morris, now half a minute to go. This one sent in and caught by Como and leveled off for Morris. Delayed offside here for the Huskies, and they will blow the whistle. 21.7 to go.
Just an overall great game, great weekend for us broadcasters and the players as well. And the team that's going to be crowned and have that trophy is heading right back down to the Huskies.
About a third of a minute left. Huskies just took a 3-goal lead with an empty net to seal it, and this one will go off a skate and right into the Huskies bench with 18.4 to go in the third.
If you're Cal, you don't want to prolong the game even any longer. You just almost even dribble the puck out. It becomes a situation if you want to go home.
If you're a senior,
yeah.
This is your last game. UW has 7 of them on their squad, and as the final 10 seconds will tick down, it'll be back-to-back for the Huskies, the 3rd time in 4 years, and for the 5th time in school history, Purple Rain floods the ice. The Huskies are Pac-8 champions.
As everyone goes down and hugs Zach Reddy, the backup goaltender, gets his first couple minutes of playing time, and he wins a championship here for his team.
UW doing it again. Shades of last season. And that is all she wrote for the Pac-8 season this year. Again, bitter disappointment on the other end of the rink for UCB. You just have to feel for them. You get here twice. You haven't won a championship for your school since 2004, and that is your lone one. And you get here yet again and fall short one more time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We saw some tears with USC and Western last night. If you saw tears last night, you're going to see some tears here today as Cal. A lot of these last games, these seniors gave it their all. And you can't do too much more from what this Cal team did. The Huskies just happened to show up and show out in a dominant 6-3 to win as they're putting the trophy together right now.
The Pac-8 trophy being presented, the table out there, the MVP award out there as well. We will be covering the trophy presentation here for you as UW done celebrating, it seems, and they will go for the handshake line. Jonah Nash seemingly okay enough to do the handshake line, which is great to see. And Zach Reddy right behind him as the handshakes commence here. UW again, champions one more time. The 2026, 2025, and 2023 champions. Absolutely incredible franchise. And now they move just one behind USC as the all-time leader. They have 6 Pac-8 championships. And UW moves in right behind them with 5. And Cal is the only other team in the current Pac-8 to have ever won one. And they were looking for their second here, but to no avail.
Well, the Huskies are on their Kansas City Chiefs arc. It looks like just always hitting the championship, rarely losing just at all, and a team you just don't want to run into. This has been a pretty strong team. Excited to see where they go, both Cal and the Huskies. Like you brought up, 6 or 7 seniors for the Huskies. So we'll see how they rebuild, regroup, their recruitment phase goes. As this Pac-8 division is just only getting harder and harder. You saw Western have a great offseason. WSU brought in a lot of guys. Some of those freshmen showed up and showed out. Just a great overall year for the Pac-8. One of the strongest years you're going to see from a division itself. I'm excited to see where this goes. And Zach, you got one more year with us, man.
Just one more. One more Pac-8 regulation season for me officially here. And Washington State Again, like you mentioned, they got a lot better this offseason. Western within a complete 180 turnaround. USC putting up a huge fight against Cal. UCSD putting up a fight against UW in round 1. This league is only getting more difficult. So is time running out for Cal with this core group of men to win themselves a Pac-8 championship? But for UW, an official dynasty upon us, as Jake Ferguson is named the MVP of the playoffs.
Just a great playoffs overall from him. He dominated on both ends of the ice, defensively and offensively. This whole entire team, Jake Ferguson takes his skate. He is the man, the myth, the legend for the 2026 season.
And now Morris, the captain, will lift it to his team, UW, the champions of the Pac-8, as they surround him and all put their hand on the Pac-8 trophy. And the champagne bottles getting shaken up and sprayed now. UW can officially celebrate as Purple Rain plays here in the building. And Jake Ferguson, the young sophomore, he only had 22 points coming into the playoffs, but no better time to play 3 of your best games, winning an MVP, and of course, being a part of a championship winning team, and now officially a dynasty in the University of Washington. Pictures with the Pacific 8 Hockey Conference Championship banner. As then Morris, I beg your pardon, carries this trophy around. And they will get all the glory and all the pictures, and the celebration will continue. And this is only one of 2 championship games today. Of course, the Super Bowl here in a couple of hours. We are gonna pack up and hit the road and go and get a glimpse of that Super Bowl, Seahawks, Patriots. And we just hope that that game is a little bit more even than this one. Cal just really dominated, and a late effort just shortened by UW. And they will finally put the nail in the coffin, an empty net goal late. And champions are UW once again. As thank you for joining us this weekend in KUGR. We have had a wonderful time here calling all 7 games this weekend. We thank you for supporting us. We are very close to 500 subscribers. Please subscribe if you have enjoyed what you have seen. I am Zach McFarlane alongside Connor Simmons and Kate Cherney with us on the camera. And Smith Slye is around here somewhere, but he has been with us as well. Thank you for joining us this season. Look out for some spring games that are unregulated for the Cougars or later on in April and March. But again, thank you for joining us this year, and we say so long and have a good Super Bowl watch party. Thank you for watching KUGR. Subscribe, and we will see you next season.
Well, that's just so beautiful, Zach.